Chapter 36-67. The items left behind by God Emperor Fan Lai of the Netherworld Order were of great help to Lin Fei. After digesting the relevant information, Lin Fei understood quite a bit about the myriad Sky Empire. It was a colossal existence that no one dared to provoke. The records in the books were all about how powerful the 10,000 Skies Empire was and how no one could match it. "My lord, we've retrieved the item." Lin Fei did not have to wait for long. A few days later, heaven-breaking God Emperor returned with the item. The news of God Emperor Tianfeng's death had spread far and wide. Out of the original 9 God Emperors, only heaven-breaking God Emperor and Fluttering Snow were left. When they personally went to ask for the item, no one dared to disobey. Without a God Emperor, a top-notch faction fell to a first-rate faction. How could they compete with a God Emperor? "My lord, now that there are only 2 God Emperors left in the Windcloud Weave, can you establish an empire and unify it?" Heaven-breaking God Emperor asked carefully. "Unify it first," Lin Fei said. "Did something happen in the weave?" Heaven-breaking God Emperor nodded. "There are some signs. After all, without 7 God Emperors, many God Kings are getting restless." Lin Fei chuckled. "Aren't the 2 of you God Emperors? I feel that the weave hasn't been peaceful all this time because there are too many God Emperors. You and Fluttering Snow should make a trip there and sweep through everyone who has an idea. I hope that the Windy Weave will be peaceful. Everyone should put away their ambitions." Heaven-breaking God Emperor answered. "I'll make a trip with Fluttering Snow immediately. Those fellows are indeed getting ideas that they shouldn't have." Lin Fei did not care about such trivial matters, but he did not wish for the Windcloud Weave to be in a mess. He still needed to make a clean sweep. "Let me see what's inside." Lin Fei opened the storage ring and started looking through it. After losing 7 of the 9 God Emperors in the Windcloud Weave, many first-rate factions were getting restless. Many first-rate forces couldn't help but become restless, especially those who were only a step away from the God Emperor realm. Even if they didn't have any ideas, they would still have some ideas. Before everyone could realize their ideas, heaven-breaking God Emperor and Fluttering Snow joined hands and swept from the east to the west, then from the south to the north. Instantly, countless factions suffered. The Windcloud Weave was in a state of apprehension. This storm lasted for half a month. Countless God King experts were killed. The actions of the 2 God Emperors woke up these big family clans. Only then did they realize that even without the 7 God Emperors, it was still not their turn to be impudent. "These idiots are courting death," the heaven-breaking Divine Emperor sneered. Back then, Emperor God Guheng was much more brutal than this. "Our lord is considered gentle," Emperor God Fluttering Snow said. In such a short period of time, the Windcloud Weave had changed so much that the 2 of them could not help but sigh. Back then, they only wanted to unite Lin Fei and join forces to fight against the veteran God Emperors. In the end, they were the ones who had the last laugh. Now that they mentioned this matter, they didn't even know what to say. Perhaps this was fate. According to these clues and some of the memories in my mind, the other base of Emperor God Guheng should be here. At this moment, Lin Fei was standing in front of a dangerous place. Ranked first in the Windcloud Weave, the Dark Enigma Nest. This place was very famous. It was said that it was a major battlefield in the past. Countless experts had fallen here. The Darkness Mystery Nest itself was a treasure, but it had been broken. If one was not a God King, they would not dare to enter the Darkness Mystery Nest. If they were not careful, they would get lost inside and never be able to come out. I hope the old base of Emperor God Guheng is really inside. Lin Fei rushed into the Darkness Mystery Nest and covered himself with the unparalleled Darch armor. Is this the Darkness Mystery Nest? There is indeed space-time energy causing trouble here. As he traversed the Darkness Mystery Nest, Lin Fei understood why this place had become a dangerous place. There were collapsing space-time energies everywhere. These energies had not disappeared. They were still floating around, covering the entire place. The darkness mystery nest was on a completely different level from the space-time outside. This was the reason why it was so easy for outsiders to get lost in it. What an interesting place. With a thought, Lin Fei formed a layer of space-time barrier around him, isolating himself from the effects of the shattered space-time energies. He did not intend to destroy such a place. There was a reason for it to exist. According to the clues, I should keep flying. Even though he was flying, many experts could not do it. They would unknowingly deviate from their original position. Emperor God Guheng might have used this shattered space-time energy to hide his old base. I have to admit that this is a good idea. Even if a God Emperor were to enter, he would probably be disgraced. Lin Fei was not affected and continued to fly forward. Along the way, a few related places gradually appeared. Battlefields and white bones appeared before his eyes. During this period of time, there were even some treasures that appeared. However, from start to end, Lin Fei did not collect them. With the golden ball, these things were of no value. Moreover, these treasures had been here for a long time. Their power was gradually diminishing. Hence, he did not care about them. Being able to see all these means that my route is correct. The old base of Emperor God Guheng is still inside. Lin Fei continued to move forward. The deeper he went, the greater the influence of the space-time energy. It constantly attacked him, but was blocked by the space-time energy. Lin Fei was not affected at all. He continued to move forward in a certain direction. An hour later, Lin Fei could see that the space-time energy fragments around him were of different sizes. They were shaped like vortexes. If he glanced at them carelessly, he might get lost in them. The core area. Lin Fei knew that he was about to reach his destination. The old base of Emperor God Guheng was inside. I see it. Not long after, a small lake appeared at the end. In the middle of the lake, there was an island. The island was faintly discernible. It looked extremely strange. This is the island. The old base of Emperor God Guheng was on the island. Although the island seemed to be in front of him, it was actually not. It was hidden in multiple spaces. Even if a god king or an emperor god came across it, they could do nothing but stare. It was worth considering whether or not he could make it here. Lin Fei came to the sky above the island. The lake below rippled. A human face appeared. It was Emperor God Guheng. It bit towards the sky. The space was also sealed. Scatter! Lin Fei pointed with his finger. The huge human face collapsed and the surface of the lake regained its calmness. The attack on the surface of the lake was just one of them. After entering multiple spaces, he encountered 7 or 8 attacks from Emperor God Guheng. Each attack was stronger than the one before. In order to protect this old base, Emperor God Guheng has put in a lot of effort. Lin Fei killed the shadow with a punch. He walked into the space. The sky was filled with blood. The whole world was blood-red. Dong dong dong. A mysterious sound came from the bottom of Lin Fei's heart. Chapter 3668. Dong dong dong. In the blood-colored space, the sounds were orderly and rhythmic. With Lin Fei's current strength and the peerless Tharch armor, he was the undisputed #1 expert in the wind cloud weave. But even with such strength, the blood flowing through his body showed signs of losing control in this blood-colored space. It seemed to be gushing out violently, and his heart was also losing control. Under the guidance of this sound, he fell into a dangerous situation. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. He pushed his space-time power to the limit, forming layers of barriers. A total of 99 barriers were formed before he could completely isolate this sound. Great overarching divine fetus. After withstanding the attack of this strange sound, Lin Fei secretly heaved a sigh of relief. That God Emperor Guheng really knew how to dig traps, one after another. If he was not careful, he would definitely die. Just as he was catching his breath, Lin Fei was attracted by the huge ball of blood in the center of the space. A voice involuntarily appeared in his mind. Why is it here? Lin Fei was shocked, finding it hard to believe. He had always thought that Kong Lin's artifact spirit was tricking him. But in the end it was a huge surprise. Lin Fei stared at the huge ball of blood. The clear thumping sound was coming from this ball of blood. There was a life form inside. Even though it had not been born yet, Lin Fei could feel the powerful life aura inside. Just as he had said, once the thing inside was born, it might really be an immortal rank existence. There are all kinds of strange things in this world. What kind of race is this? This is too. Lin Fei's breathing quickened, and his oppressive aura grew stronger. I finally understand why God Emperor Gu Heng asked us to come here. His true goal was to find the golden ball hidden in the Dharch armor and to possess this great overarching divine fetus. Without the help of the Dharch armor, he would not have been able to return to this place. After connecting everything together, Lin Fei finally understood the ins and outs of the matter. I just stumbled upon this by accident, hee. Lin Fei circled the ball of blood and examined it a few times. He was very sure that it was real. It was an inheritance left behind by a powerful race. It seems like there is an imprint left behind by Emperor God Gu Heng on it. After examining it for a while, Lin Fei discovered that there was an imprint of Emperor God Gu Heng on the ball of blood, but it was extremely weak. Emperor God Gu Heng had tricked him into coming to Wind Cloud Weave. If it had not been a coincidence, Lin Fei did not know if he would have been able to leave this place alive. If you want to obtain the great overarching divine fetus, you can forget about it in this lifetime. Lin Fei decided to destroy this imprint. Other god emperors might stare at it helplessly, but it was easy for him. Break. Under the control of space-time energy, he forcefully crushed these imprints. Who is destroying my imprint? After Lin Fei made his move, a furious roar burst out from the ball of blood. Countless imprints gathered together to form a figure with a fiendish expression. It was none other than Emperor God Gu Heng. So you are here, Emperor God Gu Heng? Lin Fei said with a smile. In order to find the treasure that you left behind, I have spent a lot of effort. Ah, it's you bastard. You actually found your way here. Emperor God Gu Heng quickly recognized the other party. This old man is going to kill you. Emperor God Gu Heng raised his palm. Boundless power gathered together and was extremely powerful. This palm slammed down. However, when it reached Lin Fei, it rapidly disintegrated into nothingness. Emperor God Gu Heng, don't waste your effort. Lin Fei said with a smile. You only left an imprint. I am wearing the unparalleled Dharch armor. You also know that once the Dharch armor appears, who can compete with me? Damn it. Emperor God Gu Heng attacked again and again. Each move was stronger than the one before. However, he was unable to harm the other party at all. The terrifying space-time energy disintegrated everything and disappeared in the void. You are gnashing your teeth. Lin Fei said with a smile. You have no more power to support it. Then disappear for me. The imprint of Emperor God Gu Heng attached to the ball of blood did not pose any threat to Lin Fei at all. Destroying the other party was a matter of a thought. No, you can't do that. Emperor God Gu Heng originally wanted to kill the other party. However, the other party's strength was beyond his expectations. He was terrified and screamed, "This is my hope. You can't destroy it. Take over the body of an immortal expert." Lin Fei said with a smile, "Do you think I will let you do that?" "Wait, everything can be discussed." Emperor God Gu Heng panicked. The situation was not as good as the other party. As long as you are willing to let me go, I am willing to tell you a big secret. A big secret about the Thousand Sky Empire. I can even let you become the emperor of the Thousand Sky Empire. Think about it. This is something that you may not be able to do in your entire life. Lin Fei was really not interested in the Thousand Sky Empire. If it was not for the fact that he had to pass through the Thousand Sky Empire to get to Earth, Lin Fei was too lazy to know about the Thousand Sky Empire. Sorry, I am not interested in anything, Lin Fei said with a smile. He raised his hand and slashed. Ah, my hope. You have destroyed my hope. Just wait to be hunted by all the experts in the world. Emperor God Gu Heng roared. The figure collapsed and disappeared. It is just a mark. Do you care so much? Lin Fei frowned. He felt that Emperor God Gu Heng's reaction was not normal. Was there a need to be so crazy? Ka 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 ka. As soon as the mark disappeared, Lin Fei heard a cracking sound. Without the imprint, cracks began to appear on the huge ball of blood in front of him. These cracks grew in number, and a vast and powerful aura spread out. No way! Lin Fei blinked. He seemed to understand the reason for Emperor God Gu Heng's madness. At this moment in the depths of the lava. My hope is finished. It is all finished. An era's plan. A figure opened his eyes. The lava in front of him collapsed. The entire land and space collapsed at this moment. In the starry sky, a figure walked out. Lin Fei. Emperor God Gu Heng roared, if I don't kill you, I am not a human. The hope of becoming a true immortal expert was gone. Emperor God Gu Heng destroyed the entire continent and planet in his anger. Even so, he was still unable to vent his anger. Empire Level 2 wanted Emperor God Gu Heng, we found you. After the continent of the planet collapsed, Emperor God Gu Heng was still angry. In the starry sky, a warship came out of a whirlpool. Damn it. They actually chased me. When Emperor God Gu Heng saw the warship, he felt terrible. Lin Fei, this is all your fault. I have to live a life of escape again. Lin Fei did not know that because of him, Emperor God Gu Heng had exposed himself and was wanted. At this moment, he looked at the young boy in front of him and did not know what to do. Chapter 36-69. Even Lin Fei was stunned by this scene. Father? What the hell? He was really shocked by it. Are you mistaken? Lin Fei didn't know where this guy came from, and his tone was so arrogant. Father, if you don't want me, I'll beat you up, the child said fiercely. You don't have to want me. Lin Fei's face was full of black lines. He was being threatened by a little kid. Wait! Lin Fei noticed that the huge ball of blood had disappeared. A thought came to him, and he looked down at the child. Could it be that this little guy came out from the ball of blood? When this thought came to him, Lin Fei didn't know what to say for a moment. I finally understand why the ancient God Emperor had such a big reaction. I probably came at a crucial moment. Lin Fei suddenly realized, no wonder he looked like he wanted to kill me. Lin Fei really didn't know that it would be a crucial moment. A child who came out of the great overarching divine fetus. Lin Fei believed that the other party had the strength to beat him up. Did you come out from there? Lin Fei wanted to confirm. Yes. The child laughed. There was a bad guy who kept pestering me. Luckily, Father came and killed that guy. When I grow up, I'll definitely kill that guy. The child's tone was childish, but Lin Fei didn't doubt the child's words at all. Lin Fei felt that he wouldn't be able to get rid of this child in a short time. Even if he didn't attack, his strength was definitely terrifying. Lin Fei wasn't stupid enough to try. What if he was beaten to death? He didn't dare to guarantee such a thing. Yes, Father came to beat up bad guys, Lin Fei said with a smile. He stretched out his hand and the child disappeared. When he reappeared, he was directly on his shoulder. Father, you're awesome, the child said happily, clapping his hands. When he came into contact with the child, Lin Fei's heart skipped a beat. The terrifying aura emanating from the child's body caused his heart to skip a beat. What a terrifying race. Fortunately, I came a step earlier. Otherwise, I would have been beaten to death by Gu Heng. Even though he had just been born, Lin Fei did not doubt his strength. From now on, your name will be Lin Tianxi, Lin Fei said after thinking for a while. He simply gave it a good name. A child born as an immortal, this kind of honor, Lin Fei felt that it was a gift from the heavens. Thinking about the future, he couldn't help but laugh. Lin Tianxi, hee, I like it so much. Lin Tianxi clapped his hands. Father, you are so good to me. Then you must be obedient in the future. Lin Fei warned, in the future, without my permission, you can't easily make a move, understand? Lin Tianxi nodded. I know. Lin Fei was really worried that the child would not be obedient. Now it seemed that the child was still very normal, not as bad as he imagined. There was no need to worry that the child would beat him to death. This was a moving super-killing weapon. After coaxing Lin Tianxi, Lin Fei did not forget about the important matter. It was just a simple fight with Emperor God Gu Heng's imprint, and it consumed a lot of energy. He began to search. After losing the blood-colored flesh, the whole place became lifeless. The blood-colored power also disappeared without a trace. The place seemed to have become a dilapidated place. Here. After searching for a while, Lin Fei really found a place. A small cave dwelling with space-time power set up. Without waiting for Lin Fei to make a move, Lin Tianxi, the little guy, blasted it away with a punch. Father, this is the guy that the bad guy used to live in. He thought that he had killed me. What an ignorant guy. Being mocked by a little kid, Lin Fei couldn't help but laugh. If Emperor God Gu Heng heard this, he wondered what his expression would be. It would be very interesting. Walking into the cave dwelling, it was very simple. Although it was simple, Lin Fei saw many things. It was a pity that too much time had passed, and most of them had been contaminated by the blood-colored power. They had lost their power and were almost like trash. Found it! Lin Fei's eyes lit up. He found a jade talisman. After a quick check, he knew that he had found the right place. Emperor God Gu Heng really left many things behind. There is really a problem on how to replenish energy. Lin Fei squinted. This name is quite interesting. Limitless Land. Lin Fei said subconsciously. Father, I know this place. It is a magical place with endless power. It is hard to get the recognition of Limitless Land. Lin Tianxi suddenly said, blinking, Father, do you want to go? Lin Fei had only mentioned the Limitless Lands subconsciously. He really did not expect his cheap son to know about it. Lin Fei was stunned. How did you know? Lin Tianxi looked confused and said crisply, I don't know. Anyway, I know. Lin Fei understood what was going on. It should be because Lin Tianxi's race was extraordinary and he was born with inherited memories. In Emperor God Gu Heng's records, Limitless Land was a special place. It was hidden in many spacetimes. To find it, one needed luck. Emperor God Gu Heng also spent a lot of effort to enter. He paid a huge price to get recognition and a part of power. Father, do you want to go? I can bring you there. Lin Tianxi clapped. With Father's strength, you can enter, but to get recognition, it is very difficult. You know this too. Lin Fei said in surprise. Emperor God Gu Heng didn't mention this, but to make Emperor God Gu Heng pay a huge price, it was definitely not easy. Yes. Lin Tianxi nodded, but I don't know what it is. Lin Fei was just happy. Hearing this, he was speechless. He had been happy for nothing. Now is not the time. Lin Fei needed to accumulate divine god power for a period of time. Otherwise, there was no need for him to go. He was very curious about Limitless Land. Lin Fei even thought that when Emperor God Gu Heng was killed, it might have been because of something wrong with Limitless Land. If not for this reason, Lin Fei couldn't figure out how those Emperor God Gu Heng could kill Emperor God Gu Heng. Right now, he was the most qualified to say this. He was very clear about the strength of the unparalleled Emperor armor, except that it consumed a lot of energy. This suspicion was very likely. After checking again, he put away all the useful things. Then, Lin Fei brought Lin Tianxi out of the dark mystery nest. Father, is this the world you live in? Lin Tianxi looked like a curious baby, completely different from before. The people here are so weak. Father is still the strongest. Lin Fei was already used to this tone. Chapter 3670. He went out and picked up a guy who was stronger than him. This was something Lin Fei had never thought of. He was both happy and worried. If he wanted to discipline Lin Tianxi properly, he would have to raise his strength as much as possible. Otherwise, he would not dare to casually make a move. If he ended up being pinned to the ground, he would lose a lot of face. Lin Tianxi chattered along the way, no different from a normal kid. If it wasn't for his occasional words, perhaps Lin Fei's mood would be better. Lord! Back at Heaven-Breaking City, Heaven-Breaking God Emperor and Fluttering Snow God Emperor welcomed him. Just as they spoke, they saw Lin Tianxi and felt their hearts palpitate. It was as though they were facing a terrifying beast that could kill them at any time. This feeling was too ridiculous. If they could, they wanted to leave now. Nothing happened when I wasn't around, right? Lin Fei got what he wanted from the dark mystery nest, and his biggest worry was put to rest. The unparalleled Emperor armor was useful, but it consumed a lot of energy. Now, Lin Fei's only mission was to make a trip to Infinity Land. No! Without those God Emperors, plus Heaven-Breaking God Emperor and Fluttering Snow God Emperor working together, even if they had any ideas, they wouldn't dare to come out for a long time. That's right, Wan Tian Empire's Heaven's Might Deacon came once, Heaven-Breaking God Emperor said solemnly. He wants to meet you. What's Heaven's Might? Lin Fei asked casually. The two God Emperors sweated. Haven't they heard of the famous Heaven's Might? Heaven's Might is a supervisory organization of Wan Tian Empire. Their full name is Heaven's Might Supervisory Office. They monitor the entire Wan Tian Empire. No matter what happens, they can see it. Heaven-Breaking God Emperor said, they are a terrifying existence in Wan Tian Empire. This time, the deacon came because of the disturbance in Wind Cloud Border. He's here to understand the situation. Lin Fei was shocked that Wan Tian Empire actually had such a thing. Where is he? Lin Fei asked. That deacon left first. He said he would come back in half a month. The Heaven-Breaking Divine Emperor said, My lord, you don't need to worry. Battles between God Emperors are allowed. As long as no outsiders interfere, the Heavenly Might Supervisor won't say anything. Lin Fei's heart tightened inexplicably. Although he was doing well in the Wind Cloud Weave, he wasn't actually from there. However, when he thought about how even Emperor God Gu Heng could dominate the Wind Cloud Weave and obtain the recognition of other Immortal Realm experts, there was no reason he couldn't. You're talking about outsiders? Is Emperor God Gu Heng not one of them? Lin Fei pretended to ask. Sir, you're mistaken. Emperor God Fluttering Snow explained. The outsiders aren't Emperor God Gu Heng and the others. In essence, Emperor God Gu Heng is just a foreigner from a foreign territory. Under Wan Tian Empire, all territories are governed by Wan Tian Empire. The outsiders are demons, mutants and even foreigners from other civilizations. The moment he heard it, he jumped in fright. This world was more interesting than he had imagined. Father, I know about those demons and mutants. After Heaven-Breaking Divine Emperor and Emperor God Fluttering Snow left, Lin Tianxi chuckled and said, Moreover, I also know that those demons and mutants actually don't have much status. Hearing such information from Lin Tianxi, Lin Fei was obviously stunned. Although he knew that Lin Tianxi had inherited memories, it seemed like he had a lot of them. You know that too. Lin Fei blurted out. Anyway, I knew it the moment you mentioned it. Lin Tianxi said, I also know that these demons and mutants are actually at the bottom of a huge main world. The truly powerful ones are a group of powerful overlord. Their goal is to conquer all living worlds. Lin Fei was shocked. Was it really necessary to guard against these existences? If that's the case, you can tell me next time. Lin Fei exhorted. Don't say it outside in case it attracts attention. Lin Fei dared to guarantee that even Emperor God Breaking Divine Emperor and Emperor God Fluttering Snow wouldn't know the enemy behind these outsiders. It was better to be careful about such matters. Lin Tianxi's background was extraordinary. Who knew which powerful clan left him behind? He had to be careful. Father, don't worry. I won't say anything, Lin Tianxi said. Plus, there's something in my memory that reminds me that I have to increase my power before I can unlock some of the sealed memories. There are sealed memories? Lin Fei was shocked. Yes, Lin Tianxi nodded. Father, I'm hungry. Suddenly, Lin Tianxi patted his stomach. I'll bring you to eat, Lin Fei said with a smile. I guarantee that after you've eaten once, you'll want to eat again. By the time Lin Fei brought out the delicacies, something unexpected happened. Father, this isn't delicious. Lin Tianxi ate a few mouthfuls and stopped eating. These are all delicious delicacies. They are full of vigor and energy. How can they not be delicious? Lin Fei creased his eyebrows. After knowing that Lin Tianxi was hungry, he had specially asked someone to prepare these suitable dishes. It really isn't delicious. Lin Tianxi pouted. Plus, this isn't what I want to eat in my memory. Lin Fei's heart skipped a beat and he slapped his forehead. I'm really muddle-headed. Lin Tianxi must have come from a powerful clan. Then, he definitely won't eat ordinary food. How did my first impression become the strongest? Lin Fei was annoyed. Father, I want to eat ores. All kinds of ores. Lin Tianxi said seriously. Ores? Lin Fei was no longer surprised. A powerful clan would definitely not walk the ordinary path. It was normal for them to eat ores. At least, he could confirm that Lin Tianxi's clan was very powerful. No problem. I'll bring you there now. Lin Fei brought Lin Tianxi to a mining area and stealthily snuck in. Eat as much as you want. Lin Fei and Lin Tianxi stood in the depths of the mining area. There were many ores that were dug out here. Lin Tianxi picked up an ore and bit it. With a kacha sound, the ore was bitten off and he ate with relish. Father, this ore is ordinary, but it can fill my stomach. You eat first. When the time comes, Father will bring over the ores that I've prepared for you. Lin Fei recognized this ore as an ordinary ore. Father, then I'll start eating. Lin Fei didn't think about how much Lin Tianxi could eat. However, when Lin Tianxi swallowed all the ores in front of him and showed an expression of wanting more, Lin Fei felt that he was wrong again. One bite at a time, a pile of ores was eaten. In a moment, all the ores were eaten. Lin Tianxi's stomach was like a bottomless pit. Father, I'm still very hungry. Lin Tianxi wasn't satisfied. Let's go to another place. Lin Fei brought Lin Tianxi to another place. 1 mining area, 2 mining areas, 3 mining areas. Chapter 36-71. In one meal, he had eaten 100,000 tons of ores. This amount caused the experienced and knowledgeable Lin Fei to feel a great deal of pressure. He's a complete monster. Lin Fei gasped. I wonder how many days he can last if he eats 100,000 tons at a time. It's fine if it's 10 days to half a month, but if he eats 100,000 tons a day, Lin Fei did not dare to continue thinking about it. It was too terrifying. No matter how many ores there were in the wind cloud weave, they would all be eaten up. From then on, the wind cloud weave would not produce any ores and become a truly useless weave. Thinking about it, Lin Fei could not help but feel a headache coming on. Fortunately, I am now the #1 God Emperor. All my enemies have been killed. It can be said that all the resources in the wind cloud weave are mine. At this moment, Lin Fei felt that being the master of the wind cloud weave was something he had to do. Father, these ores taste average. You must let me eat good food in the future. Lin Tianxi wiped his mouth and patted his stomach, looking very satisfied. As expected of my son, your appetite is huge. Lin Fei praised. Right after this meal, you can go several days without eating. Lin Tianxi had inherited his memories, but he was still a child. How could he understand the true meaning behind Lin Fei's words? Several days. Lin Tianxi stretched out his fingers and started counting. 1 meal every 10 days. 10 days was still within Lin Fei's acceptable range. Lin Fei brought Lin Tianxi back and immediately gave the heaven-breaking divine emperor a mission: collect the ores in the wind cloud weave. One meal every 10 days would require at least 100,000 tons. In a month, it would be 300,000 tons. In a year, it would be 3,600,000 tons. Moreover, this was the limit of 100,000 tons. Even Lin Fei could not guarantee this, and the possibility was high. Lin Fei had to plan ahead. He would first collect a batch of ores in the wind cloud weave, so that he would not have to bring Lin Tianxi everywhere when the time came. On the way back, Lin Fei had also instructed his son, Lin Tianxi, not to leak the fact that he was eating ores. At the same time, on the way to the wind cloud weave, it was a small silver warship with 2 large words engraved on it: Heaven's Might. Deacon Black Yuan, I'll have to trouble you this time. There were only 2 people in the cabin. The faint fragrance of tea permeated the air as they sat facing each other. The person who was addressed as Deacon Black Yuan was a middle-aged man. At that moment, he was speaking to the person in front of him respectfully. Young Master Chen, you're being too serious. It's Emperor God Lin Fei's fortune that you took a fancy to him. He Yuan did not dare show any disrespect to the person in front of him. That was because the Chen clan's background was simply too powerful, and they were existences that they could not afford to offend. Although he had become an attendant of the Heavenly Might Supervisory Organization, which was a very high position, in front of the Chen clan, he was nothing at all. The Chen clan was one of the founding fathers of the empire. Now, the Chen clan controlled an army of the empire, and had a great general overseeing it. In the Wan Tian Empire, there were only 4 great generals, and every great general was an important figure at the top of the Wan Tian Empire. Young Master Chen was a direct descendant of the Chen clan and had considerable influence within the Chen clan. Usually, Deacon Black Yuan did not even have the chance to curry favor with him. Now that he had the chance, he naturally wanted to curry favor with him. He believed that Emperor God Lin Fei would definitely know how to choose. That's true. It's his fortune that our Chen clan took a fancy to him. Chen Tianping snorted. If he doesn't know what's good for him, he can forget about staying in the windy weave. This humble one congratulates young Master Chen. Not only did he gain a helping hand, but he also took the windy weave into his pocket. Deacon Black Yuan congratulated him. Ha 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 ha. Chen Tianping laughed heartily. Once the matter is settled, I will definitely promote you to a higher position. In half a month's time, Lin Fei did not make any moves at all, apart from bringing in batches of ores. After Lin Tianxi tasted the ores, Lin Fei chose a batch of ores and brought them over. He prepared 500,000 tons of ores that he usually ate as snack. In Lin Tianxi's words, he was still in his infancy and needed to constantly eat ores in order to improve. Moreover, there had to be a variety of ores and a balanced diet. These words, even Lin Fei felt that he could not bear to listen to them. However, he still prepared a large batch of ores. Apart from ores, Lin Fei did not idle around. He explored various secret realms in the windy weave, harvesting treasures of heaven and earth, and refining them into heavenly god power. Lin Fei did not refine the heavenly god power into divine king power. Now that he had the unparalleled Darch armor, regardless of whether it was the heavenly god power or divine king power, his strength was at the same level as an emperor god or even stronger. It was no problem at all for him to crush more than 95% of the emperor gods. As for the rest, they were naturally the veteran peak existences among the emperor god experts. What Lin Fei needed to do now was to continuously accumulate heavenly god power. Although it was a stupid method, Lin Fei could only do so for now. The Infinite Land was a very special place. Even heaven-breaking God Emperor and fluttering snow God Emperor did not know about it. Lin Tianxi knew about the Infinite Land, but part of the information seemed to be sealed. He could only access it after his strength increased. Lin Fei was in a hurry. It was a pity that Emperor God Gu Heng did not leave any information. What a strong aura! Lin Fei, who was wearing the unparalleled Darch armor, knew when a warship entered the windy weave. With the help of the unparalleled Darch armor, he could clearly see the situation in the entire windy weave, such as the outsiders. How unbridled! Lin Fei's vision changed. He saw a small silver-white warship. The warship had the words "Heaven's Might" on its side, and it exuded a crushing aura. This small warship's combat power is probably not inferior to an Emperor God expert. Although he did not enter the cabin, Lin Fei could feel that the warship was extraordinary. Just from this, he could see the power of the myriad Sky Empire. To be able to rule over large and small territories, the myriad Sky Empire is indeed amazing. The small warship was very fast. It passed through more than half the territory. It was so fast that even a god king could not catch a trace of it. I hope it's a good thing. Lin Fei led heaven-breaking God Emperor forward. The Heaven's Might Deacon is a big shot. Heaven-breaking God Emperor said enviously. Back then, I wanted to join the Heaven's Might surveillance. Unfortunately, the competition was too intense and I lost completely. Even now I have not forgotten it. It was a nightmare. Fluttering Snow God Emperor said, the Heaven's Might Surveillance is the most popular organization in the myriad Sky Empire. If you are not capable, you will not be able to enter. Lin Fei looked ahead. They are here. As soon as he said that, a silver light rushed out of the void. The formless pressure from the warship was overwhelming. It was like the Heaven's Might. Chapter 36-72. The silver-white warship was extremely fast. The moment it appeared, breaking Heaven God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor's faces changed. Did he have to be so direct? They were God Emperors, after all. Could he give them some face? They knew that even though they were God Emperors, they were nothing compared to the powerful God Emperors in the Thousand Sky Empire. If they were to be ranked according to their levels, they would be at the bottom. In the Wind Cloud Weave, they were God Emperors with unparalleled prestige. However, in the outside world, they were nothing. No matter how unhappy they were, they had to pretend nothing was wrong. They had to put on a courteous look in case they offended the Heaven Might Deacon. Lin Fei stood straight. The pressure from the warship did not affect him at all. You are Emperor God Lin Fei. The warship stopped. A beam of light shone down like a light pillar. Two figures appeared almost at the same time. Before they could see who it was, a loud shout exploded in their ears. Lin Fei was the first to bear the brunt of it. The voice contained an extremely strong power that suppressed them silently. Breaking Heaven God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor were on the verge of collapsing. Too strong. Although the people from the Heaven Might Supervisory Office were very strong and they had never seen them before, they believed it now. Ridiculously strong. It was a complete suppression. If they made a move, they would only have one outcome, death. Aggrieved. Ha ha ha, so this is the Heaven Might Deacon. You really live up to your name. Lin Fei laughed. No wonder everyone is afraid of you. I am Lin Fei. I have heard a lot about Heaven Might Deacon. Displeasure flashed across the Heaven Might Deacon He Yuan's face. The shout just now was intentional. It was to suppress the God Emperors from such a small place. In the eyes of the Black Yuan Deacon, a small place's God Emperor was not worth his attention. The guy in front of the courtyard was just lucky to get the Ancient Emperor armor. Without the Ancient Emperor armor, he would not even look at him. Emperor God Lin Fei. No wonder Emperor God Tian Feng lost to you. There was no reason for him not to lose. The Black Yuan Deacon laughed. Congratulations, lucky guy. Heaven-breaking God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor were scared half to death. No one had such guts. They were still very grateful to Emperor God Lin Fei. If it wasn't for that loud laugh, they wouldn't have been able to recover. Thank you for your praise, Deacon. Lin Fei said, actually, my luck has been pretty good since I was young. I always felt that I was chosen by the goddess of luck. The Black Yuan deacon had seen boastful people before, but he had never seen such a shameless person. He had only said a few words, and this person had really taken it. The Black Yuan deacon could not help but feel disgusted. A petty man intoxicated by success. If you didn't have the ancient emperor armor, you wouldn't be anything. Lord Deacon, I'm really sorry. I'm a talkative person. Once I open my mouth, I can't stop. I hope Deacon doesn't mind. Lin Fei said seriously. Keep pretending, keep pretending. Let's find a place to talk. Administrator Black Yuan coughed lightly. Please come in. Lin Fei said. Sir, I think that young man has a great background. The heaven-breaking God Emperor transmitted while no one was paying attention. Don't worry, I can handle it. Lin Fei could tell, especially after he put on the unparalleled Emperor armor. I'm just a little God Emperor. Why wouldn't Deacon come? It would be strange if he didn't have any ideas. The Windy Wind Weave was a part of the myriad Sky Empire, but it was a very inconspicuous existence among the many weaves. Such a place was disdained by the big shots, and ordinary experts were too far away. From the moment he knew that the Heavenly Might Surveillance Institute was sending in Deacon, Lin Fei knew that something was wrong. The reason was probably his unparalleled Emperor armor. If the unparalleled Emperor armor was not a big secret, then everything would be fine. Perhaps Lin Fei would be willing to hand it over. But now that he knew of the existence of the Golden Sphere, he would not hand it over no matter what. In the study, the heaven-breaking God Emperor personally brought tea and left immediately after setting it down. The study was quiet except for the fragrance of tea. I wonder why Lord Deacon is looking for me? Lin Fei took a sip of tea. I rushed back just in case I delayed Lord Deacon's business. The Black Yuan deacon felt that Lin Fei was quite tactful. This way, things would be much simpler. Young Master Chen would be happy, and his side would be able to gain some credit. This was what the Black Yuan deacon was most willing to see. You can defeat God Emperor Tianfeng and unify the Windy Wind Weave. This is what the Heaven Might Surveillance Institute wants to see. The Black Yuan deacon was good with words. He first encouraged Lin Fei. Actually, I'm here because someone wants to see you. Lin Fei's expression changed slightly. He knew that the show was about to start. See me? Who is it? I rarely leave the Windy Wind Weave, and I don't have many friends outside. I don't know any important people. The Black Yuan deacon laughed. Do you see this person beside me? He's your important person, Chen Tianpeng from the Chen family. Let me tell you again, the Chen family is the founding minister of the 10,000 Sky Empire. They have a great general overseeing them. Young Master Chen, my apologies for not recognizing you. Lin Fei was very surprised. This person's background was not simple. The Chen family, the founding minister of the empire, had a great general overseeing them. In the 10,000 Sky Empire, it was a top-notch force. Any great general oversaw an army and was very powerful. Other than the 10,000 Sky Empire's royalty, there were these great generals, and every great general had a top-notch family. Chen Tianpeng was very satisfied with Lin Fei's performance. You're not bad. Chen Tianpeng put down his teacup. This young master's trip was not in vain. Lin Fei lowered his head in fear. Young Master Chen is too kind. I'm here on behalf of the Chen family. Chen Tianpeng said faintly. We're inviting you to join the Chen family. From now on, your backing will be the Chen family. With our backing, no one will dare to make things difficult for you. Not everyone can have such treatment. You're one of the luckier ones. Recruiting him. Lin Fei was not surprised by this at all. He sneered in his heart. The recruitment was probably fake, and the unparalleled Darch armor was the real deal. It's good to join the Chen family. I wonder what kind of treatment the Chen family will give me. Lin Fei said happily. At the very least, they should give me a generous gift for our first meeting. Chen Tianping did not expect that Lin Fei would dare to ask. He was not afraid of opening his mouth, but afraid of not opening his mouth. As long as he got the Dharch armor, a mere item was nothing. Moreover, whether he had the life to use it was another matter. Yes. Chen Tianping's gaze stopped the Black Yuan administrator from speaking. The Black Yuan administrator also lowered his head. You don't know what's good for you. Who do you think you are? How dare you open your mouth and ask for something? You're finished. The Black Yuan administrator knew that Chen Tianping disliked people who thought they were smart. Chapter 36-73. Lin Fei was indeed teasing Chen Tianping, which was quite amusing. Chen family? Founding minister? A top family with a great general? For 99% of the people present, this would definitely be extremely pressurizing. In fact, merely the words Chen clan would cause one's hair to stand on end. However, to Lin Fei, none of this was a threat at all. Chen family dared to talk to him. Lin Fei understood that this Chen Tianping seemed to have something he was afraid of. Elixirs, weapons, armor, even beauties, whatever you want, just say it. Chen Tianping squinted his eyes and smiled. Lin Fei could see a trace of killing intent in the other's eyes. This trace of killing intent was well hidden, and could not be hidden from Lin Fei's eyes. I need heaven and earth treasures, the more the better. As long as young Master Chen satisfies me, from now on, I will be a member of Chen family, and swear to work for Chen family. Lin Fei said. No problem. Chen Tianping continued smiling. Just nice. I brought some heaven and earth treasures with me. I can give them to you. As for the rest, I need time. Chen family, I trust you. Lin Fei laughed, rubbing his palms, looking impatient. Chen Tianping was not afraid of Lin Fei asking, even if he asked too much. He came from Chen family's fief for this ancient emperor armor, an immortal rank emperor armor. Back then, ancient emperor god Emperor Gu Heng was not an immortal rank expert, but with the ancient emperor armor, he fought an immortal rank expert. Unfortunately, after ancient emperor god Emperor Gu Heng's death, the ancient emperor armor was divided, and because of some special reasons, many people lost their chance. Now the chance was here. Chen Tianping could not miss such an opportunity. As you wish. Chen Tianping was sure that Lin Fei would just have to pay some heaven and earth treasures. There was no pressure at all. With a wave of his hand, a pile of auras containing treasures appeared in front of Lin Fei. After a glance, Lin Fei realized that these were treasures, real treasures. Whether in terms of quality or origin, they did not seem to be low. Let me introduce them to you. Ordinary people are not qualified to see these treasures. Chen Tianping introduced with a smile. This is a 10,000-year-old purple crystal, and this, the Saint Roland's 7 Nights grass, it contains the power of time. After hearing the introduction, Lin Fei's eyes lit up. Young Master Chen, you're such a straightforward person. People like me have never seen such good things. Today, thanks to young Master Chen, you've opened my eyes. As Lin Fei spoke, he put away the treasures with a smile. Deacon Black Yuan sneered inwardly. You're happy to take it now, but you'll suffer later. Any one of these worldly treasures is priceless. Kid, your appetite is really big. After receiving all of them, Lin Fei's face was filled with excitement. Since you've accepted the item, we can sign the contract now. Chen Tianping smiled and took out a purple crystal ball. This is our Chen clan soul ball. As a member of our Chen clan, you also need to leave a trace of your soul remembrance on it. There's such a high-end thing. When Lin Fei saw this thing, how could he not know what it was? It was nothing more than to control his own things. Chen Tianping said it so confidently. Did he really think that he was so easy to fool? He was not that stupid. Let me see. Lin Fei smiled and picked up the soul ball. Chen Tianping smiled happily and said proudly in his heart, stupid and ignorant guy. I thought it would be quite troublesome, but it turned out to be easier than I thought. This is just a native, ha 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 ha. Crack! The smile on Chen Tianping's face did not last long. A cracking sound became very ear-piercing in the study. Lin Fei laughed dryly. Young Master Chen, I'm really sorry. The quality of your soul ball is not that good. I didn't even touch it and it broke. Chen Tianping looked at the broken pieces on the ground and wanted to curse. But when he saw that the other party did not seem to break it on purpose, Chen Tianping swallowed his curse. After all, the ancient emperor armor was still with him. It's fine. The soul ball that Chen Tianping took out was not cheap. His heart ached because this thing was not easy to get. There was a price but no market. Just nice, this young master brought one. Chen Tianping took out the soul ball again. Don't use force. Just drop your blood on it. Crack! Lin Fei just took the soul ball and there was another cracking sound. His face stiffened. Young Master Chen, I seem to be too excited. Chen Tianping's face also darkened. 2 soul balls that he had painstakingly obtained were broken just like that. How could he be happy about this? How did you do it? Black Yuan Deacon shouted. This is a treasure, okay? Lin Fei suddenly laughed. A treasure is a treasure, but it's not a good thing. Young Master Chen, what do you think? Chen Tianping stared at Lin Fei. What do you mean by this? If you want my Dharch armor, you should have said so earlier. Why did you have to play so many tricks? Lin Fei laughed. I want to laugh too. I don't know if my acting was acceptable to you. Bastard, you pretended. Chen Tianping was furious. He thought that the other party had fallen into his hands, but he did not know that the other party had already seen through everything and was laughing at him. Yes, why can't I? Lin Fei laughed. I have no interest in joining any forces. I just want to be a good god emperor. Alright, thank you for the gift. Your Chen clan is really generous. Lin Fei, how can you speak to young Master Chen like that? Black Yuan Deacon roared. Apologize to young Master Chen. Black Yuan Deacon thought that he had seen through the other party, but now he realized that this guy was very scheming. He dared to covet young Master Chen's treasure and ignore the Chen clan. How bold was he? Good, good. Chen Tianping said coldly. You're just a mediocre god emperor. How dare you speak to me like this? Do you believe that a word from me can make you disappear from the myriad sky empire? Lin Fei grinned. You're mistaken. Do you believe that I won't let you go back alive? Boom! The terrifying might of the unparalleled Dharch armor rushed out and crushed Chen Tianping and Black Yuan Deacon. Caught off guard, the two were sent flying by the might and crashed into the study. Lin Fei walked leisurely to Chen Tianping. With a wave of his hand, Chen Tianping was immobilized. The power in his body quickly dissipated. Remember, this is the Windy Weave. I'm the #1 God Emperor. Killing your clan is as easy as flipping my hand. Lin Fei, what are you doing? Black Yuan Deacon's face changed as blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. Stop. Lord Deacon, what do you think you'll do if I kill him? Lin Fei revealed a set of white teeth. Chapter 3674. Previously, Chen Tianping had thought that the other party was a country bumpkin and would only need to pay a small price to take it down. At that time, whether he wore the primordial emperor armor himself or gave it to the family, he would have made a great contribution. In the blink of an eye, Lin Fei's performance had completely subverted their understanding. This guy actually dared to make a move. Just by relying on the oppressive might released by the Dharch armor, as well as the other party's strength, he was able to suppress him, a member of the Chen clan. It was as though his life and death were in the hands of the other party. Too strong. Only then did Chen Tianping realize how ridiculous his idea was. The other party had refined the Dharch armor and was no weaker than an immortal rank expert. He had no qualms about killing a celestial Dharch. Chen Tianping could only bring up the Chen family to pressure him. If you want to die, I can fulfill your wish. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. In any case, I have no interest in the Windcloud Weave. I'll just find a random place to hide. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. Chen Tianping knew that it would be very difficult to find an immortal rank expert if he hid himself, unless the other party showed himself. I can also go into secluded cultivation. When I truly become an immortal rank expert, I'll pay a visit to your Chen family. I'll kill a few people today and a few more tomorrow. Do you think that's possible? I'm really too smart. Chen Tianping broke out in cold sweat. If the other party really did that, the Chen clan's vitality would definitely be greatly damaged, and they might even become a laughingstock. If they wanted to kill the other party, they would have to pay an even greater price. For a moment, Chen Tianping regretted coming. If he had known earlier, he would have let those fellows come first. It would have been better for him to be the fisherman at the back. Who would have known that this fellow was a lunatic deep down in his bones? Relying on the Chen clan's name, everyone in the 10,000 Heaven Empire was polite to him. What a miscalculation. Let me go, and I'll pretend that this never happened. Chen Tianping said. Leave everything on you before you can leave. If he hadn't picked up Lin Tianxi, Lin Fei wouldn't have had the slightest bit of interest in the Windcloud Weave. Now, however, that was no longer the case. It was a bottomless pit. Without a territory in hand, Lin Fei would have a headache. No! Chen Tianping gritted his teeth. Lin Fei shook his head. You have no choice unless you want to die here. But are you willing to do that? Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The motionless power of time and space returned to normal. Chen Tianping's strength instantly drained away, and his expression changed drastically. Stop. I agree. You can take all my belongings. I have no objections. In the face of death, Chen Tianping chose to surrender. If he didn't submit, he would die. Chen Tianping really had no other choice. He was still young, and he was even a direct descendant of the Chen clan. His future was limitless, so how could he die here? Lin Fei smiled and patted Chen Tianping's shoulder. He said softly, You should be glad that you didn't come alone. Chen Tianping's forehead was covered in sweat again. Take it away, quickly take it away. Lin Fei took Chen Tianping's storage ring, armor, and even weapons, leaving Chen Tianping bare. Emperor God Lin Fei, you're definitely finding trouble for yourself. Black Yuan Deacon said sinisterly. He was completely mad at Lin Fei. His plan was over. Lord Deacon, you're from the Heavenly Might Supervisory Office. Since when did you become a member of the Chen clan? Lin Fei mocked. Do you want me to report this to the Heavenly Might Supervisory Office? Black Yuan Deacon instantly felt disgusted, as though he had swallowed a fly. He snorted coldly and turned to enter the warship. The silver-white warship rushed into the void and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Heaven-breaking God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor stood very far away, their necks shrinking. They were still in shock from the previous scene, unable to believe what had happened. Emperor God Lin Fei had actually gone against the Chen clan. This made Heavenly Might Deacon even more embarrassed. This was definitely madness. It's fine, don't worry, Lin Fei said. They won't take their anger out on you. Outside the wind cloud weave in the starry sky. Despicable fellow, this young master will definitely kill him. Chen Tianping gnashed his teeth in hatred. If he didn't kill Lin Fei, he wouldn't be human. Black Yuan Deacon did not dare to make a sound. Who would have thought that a god emperor from a small weave would have such a bad temper? He did not take him or the Chen clan's young master seriously. He was simply too arrogant. Young Master Chen, this is my fault. Black Yuan Deacon felt that Chen Tianping had vented most of his anger, so he said in a low voice, This fellow is like a stone in a latrine pit, smelly and hard. This fellow has embarrassed us so much. We must get rid of him. Chen Tianping said fiercely. Black Yuan Deacon, you have a lot of connections. Do you have a way? Black Yuan Deacon realized that this was a chance to make up for his mistake. Yes. Black Yuan Deacon said without hesitation. We can let those fellows from the restricted area do it. A god emperor from the Windcloud Weave, so what if he's dead? No one will care. Restricted area. Chen Tianpeng applauded. Good idea. Young Master Chen, I will personally contact them. I believe they will be tempted. Black Yuan Deacon also wanted to kill Lin Fei. If he dared to not give him face, then he would kill him. Lin Fei comforted the two of them. Lin Tianxi ran out of the void. Father, I heard that those two fellows are plotting against you. They said that they are looking for someone from the restricted area, Lin Tianxi said the moment he appeared. Lin Fei was stunned. It can't be. You know about this too. Lin Fei was not surprised that Chen Tianpeng and Black Yuan Deacon were colluding with each other to secretly plot against him. However, it was his son who had heard it. At the very least, Lin Fei knew that he could not do this. Lin Tianxi said proudly, "Father, I am very powerful." They hid in the starry sky, but I was not afraid of the starry sky turbulence. I heard everything clearly. They did not discover me from the beginning to the end. Tell me, am I not powerful? Lin Fei laughed and gave a thumbs up. My son is really powerful. Lin Fei did not have a deep understanding of the restricted area, but he knew that it was a very special existence in the Myriad Sky Empire. There were ancient existences living in the restricted area. Without reaching a certain level, one would not understand the existence of the restricted area. Find someone from the restricted area to deal with me. Lin Fei squinted. Then I will kill you. He let them go because he was worried that they would be discovered by the Heaven Might supervisor. Since they were seeking death, Lin Fei did not mind killing them. Ordinary God Emperors might not be able to, but Lin Fei had mastered spacetime power. He was good at destroying corpses. Moreover, he had a son, Lin Tianxi, who was born with shocking combat power. Father, let me get rid of them. Lin Tianxi volunteered. No one will suspect anything. Chapter 36-75. Lin Fei had said that he would kill Chen Tianpeng and Black Yuan Deacon, so he would definitely kill them. The only unexpected thing was that Lin Tianxi's performance was so dazzling. Father, how is it? In the starry sky, a ball of flowing light streaked across like a shooting star. Fast. That was the only word he could say. Lin Fei himself was shocked that Lin Tianxi had mastered such a heaven-defying movement technique. Space leap. Although it looked like movement, it was not. Lin Tianxi brought Lin Fei with him as he leaped through the starry sky. The terrifying turbulence from the starry sky did not seem to exist. Awesome! Even if Lin Fei had the peerless Tharch armor, he could not do this. He really admired Emperor God Gu Heng. Where did he get this? He was really lucky that he did not die on the spot. Lin Fei was shocked by Lin Tianxi's performance. He started to contact the system. This was the first time Lin Fei had left the windy domain and entered the turbulence of the starry sky. Between territories, the most terrifying thing was the space-time turbulence. Under normal circumstances, even emperor gods would not dare to barge in recklessly. They needed a corresponding warship. Host, you have finally called me again. He heard the familiar voice of the system again. The originally cold voice now carried a hint of emotion. Ding. Detected the existence of a core component. Beginning refining and deciphering. Before Lin Fei could rejoice, the system prompted. Core component? Lin Fei was confused. Was there a mistake? What core component? What kind of joke was this? Wait, where's my golden ball? Lin Fei was shocked to discover that the golden orb had disappeared. He didn't even feel anything. System, are you still there? Lin Fei tried calling out more than 10 times, but it was like a stone sinking into the ocean. There was no response at all. This left Lin Fei dumbfounded. That golden ball is a core component? What kind of joke is this? Lin Fei could not believe it. After getting the golden ball, Lin Fei was sure that it was something extraordinary. But now that the system had recognized it as a core component, it was indeed unexpected. One after the other, the golden ball was gone, and the system had gone to refine it. Lin Fei had suffered a great loss, and he subconsciously checked it. Thank goodness, thank goodness! What Lin Fei was most worried about did not happen. That was the only thing worth celebrating. The attributes of the peerless Tharch armor are still there. Even without the golden sphere, my strength will not be affected. The reason why Lin Fei dared to clash with the Qin family and even the Heaven's Might Executor was because of the peerless Tharch armor. Lin Fei believed that the Heaven's Might Surveillance Department would pay attention to an existence with combat strength comparable to an immortal rank expert. But if they were gone, all their capital would be gone. Just a Heavenly Might Deacon or even an ordinary God Emperor would be enough to make them suffer. The system is such a scammer. I was happy for nothing. Lin Fei heard the system's prompt very clearly. Who knew how long it would take to refine the core? Lin Fei couldn't guarantee it himself. Maybe 1 day, maybe 10 days, maybe a year and a half, or even 100 or 1,000 years. Anything that involved the core would not be simple. Lin Fei's gloomy mood soon brightened when he found the battleship. Father, we have caught up. Lin Tianxi's face was slightly pale. But I am so hungry. Lin Fei immediately took out the oars. Eat quickly. This is prepared for you. Since he knew that Lin Tianxi needed oars as food, Lin Fei prepared a large pile of oars to ensure that he would eat to his heart's content. Father, you are so good to me. Lin Tianxi opened his mouth and poured out the oars in the storage ring one by one. His body was like a bottomless pit. After eating more than 30 storage rings and about 500,000 tons of ores, he finally stopped. So full. Lin Tianxi patted his stomach. Eating 500,000 tons of ores at once. Lin Fei had gotten used to it. He had eaten 100,000 tons before. Eating another 500,000 tons was really nothing to be shocked about. At this moment, the silver-white battleship in front did not seem to notice anything and continued to move forward. Father, should we destroy the battleship now? Lin Tianxi was full. His eyes flickered with an ominous glint. I guarantee that they will die without a burial place. No hurry. Lin Fei knew how powerful the 10,000 Sky Empire was. If a Deacon Tianwei died, they would definitely come to investigate. It was still unknown what methods they had. Lin Fei had to be careful. After all, the 10,000 Sky Empire was a colossus. Just like that, they had been following him for 3 years. To experts of this level, 3 years was just a snap of the fingers. In these 3 years, Chen Tianping and Deacon Black Yuan did not notice that they were being followed. It's just in front. Although it is not a famous forbidden zone, the people inside are quite strong. They have mastered all kinds of secret techniques and have killed several immortal rank experts. Deacon Black Yuan introduced. To be able to kill immortal rank experts, this is good. Chen Tianping was now gnashing his teeth in hatred towards Lin Fei. He wanted to kill him immediately. In the 10,000 Sky Empire, the name of the Forbidden Zone was also a very terrifying existence. Because the experts in the Forbidden Zone were powerful, even the Emperor of the 10,000 Sky Empire did not send troops to suppress them. Fortunately, the Forbidden Zone was not interested in power. Coupled with certain restrictions, the Forbidden Zone was preserved. They entered the territory. There was a world continent in front. The silver-white battleship broke through the barrier and entered the world continent. Lin Tianxi followed unhurriedly and used a secret technique to lock onto them. We encountered a territory in 3 years. Lin Fei could not help but frown. This situation did not seem right. He decided to go in and take a look. After entering the world continent, an oppressive aura swept over. The entire world continent was dark, making people feel very uncomfortable. Here, Lin Fei did not sense any life aura. There was only a rotten aura. What a strange place. After looking around, Lin Fei was even more surprised. There is such a place. I don't like this place either. Lin Tianxi shook his head. They went deeper. Currently, the Forbidden Zone was covered with a layer of mystery in Lin Fei's eyes. This was a very special place. Follow them. Since they were here, Lin Fei would not give up halfway. He had to kill that Chen Tianping. A few days later, Lin Fei and Lin Tianxi entered the depths of this continent. An ancient and rotten aura permeated the air. Fortunately, Lin Fei was wearing the peerless emperor armor, which blocked the negative aura outside. Otherwise, he would definitely sink into this continent and become a living dead person. I see the battleship. After chasing for a long time, they finally saw the Heaven Might Supervisory Agency's battleship. The silver-white battleship was very eye-catching, especially in this place. Lin Fei sized up the area in front of him. This was a piece of flat land, but near the battleship in front, there were many ancient stone tablets. Half of them were exposed, and there were even ancient words on the stone tablets, giving off a mysterious aura. Guests from afar, why don't you come out to the Forbidden Zone? Chapter 3676. As soon as the voice appeared, Lin Fei sensed that something was amiss. It seemed that they had been discovered without him noticing. The name of the forbidden area was not without reason. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The surroundings suddenly changed. Ancient palaces appeared one after another, no less than several dozen of them. The voice that echoed in Lin Fei's ears came from the largest palace in the cluster of palaces. Father, it seems that we have been discovered. Lin Tianxi also looked at the palace. Let's go and take a look. Lin Fei had nothing to be afraid of. Since they have spoken, we have to show them some respect. The palaces that appeared exuded an ancient aura. Lin Fei could not feel any signs of life from them. This forbidden area must have been the land of the sect in the past. After a long time, it has undergone some changes and become like this. A few thoughts emerged in his mind. When Lin Fei arrived in front of the palace, the doors of the palace suddenly opened. With a flash of light, the entire palace became brightly lit. The unparalleled emperor armor covered his entire body. Lin Fei had to be on guard against this infamous forbidden area. Guests from afar, welcome to my forbidden area. At the end of the palace, a figure stood with his hands behind his back. It was a human, but his entire body was shrouded in black mist, and there were many black ancient runes on his body. It's you guys. Chen Tianping and Black Yuan's faces darkened as they stared at Lin Fei. They would never have thought that this guy would follow them. They did not sense anything at all. You guys are so lucky. Since they had met, Lin Fei did not intend to hide. I was planning to kill you guys. I really don't know if you guys are lucky or if I'm unlucky. You! Black Yuan was furious. Do you know what will happen to you just because of what you said? Lin Fei chuckled. So what if I threaten you? You are a dignified deacon, but you still came to the forbidden area. I think the Wan Tian Empire definitely does not like people coming into contact with the forbidden area. Do you think you will be beaten to death, or? The Black Yuan administrator's heart skipped a beat. He was so angry that his body was trembling, but he was powerless to refute. The Wan Tian Empire naturally did not like restricted areas. The Heavenly Might Surveillance Department did not allow anyone to come into contact with the restricted areas. Under normal circumstances, everyone would do so in secret. As a deacon of Heavenly Might Surveillance Department, coming into contact with the restricted areas in private was even more unforgivable. If this matter was reported to the Heavenly Might Surveillance Bureau, the punishment would definitely be everyone's nightmare. This was the first time that Administrator Black Yuan had been threatened by a rising star. However, he did not dare to say a single word. Sitting in his position, there were countless eyes on him. Once, he did not dare to think any further. He could only silently lower his head. He did not dare to look Lin Fei in the eye. In his heart, he wished that he could kill this fellow. You don't have a temper anymore. Lin Fei wasn't afraid of his opponent at all. He didn't expect his opponent to be so weak and give up after just one round. It was really boring. Chen Tianping secretly cursed Deacon Black Yuan for being a good-for-nothing. So what if I take revenge on you? Chen Tianping had nothing to be afraid of. The Chen clan was the founding hero of the empire, and they even had the great general. He could totally push the blame to Deacon Black Yuan, and the higher-ups would not care at all. You want to kill me? Chen Tianping stared at Lin Fei, his killing intent surging. I wouldn't dare even if I gave you 100 guts. Lin Fei laughed. You're mistaken. I'm very bold. Killing you is just a matter of minutes. With your strength, do you think you can fight against me? Don't say that I'm bullying you. Even if you make the first move, you won't be my match. Chen Tianping was enraged, and his face darkened. I will remember what you said. Remember what? Lin Fei said disdainfully. If you have the ability, then make your move. If you don't, then you are a good-for-nothing. Chen Tianping really wanted to make a move, but the other party was wearing large armor and was wrapped up like a dumpling. How could he make a move? It was simply shameless. Then I am going to make my move. Lin Fei smiled as he walked over. Chen Tianping subconsciously took a step back. In the wind cloud weave, he had already experienced the other party's methods. It was a nightmare, and he could not resist at all. Friend, can you give me some face and not make a move here? The person shrouded in black mist spoke. Chen Tianping had just sensed that there was a master of the Forbidden Zone here. How could he have forgotten about this? Senior Mo Luo, I am Chen Tianping of the Chen clan, Chen Tianping said loudly. I would like to ask you to make a move and kill this person in front of me. My Chen clan will not forget this and will send you a generous gift afterward. Chen Tianping might not be able to kill the other party, but this master of the Forbidden Zone could. The people below might not know how terrifying the Forbidden Zones were, but Chen Tianping did. There were big and small Forbidden Zones, and their strength varied. In the outside world, they were all extremely terrifying. Moreover, this was the territory of the master of the Forbidden Zone. Administrator Black Yuan lowered his head, but a trace of excitement flashed through his eyes. He hurriedly added, Senior Mo Luo, as long as you make a move, we are willing to pay any price. We only hope that you can kill this fellow. Lin Fei was quite disappointed. These people were timid and not very smart. You lot, you dare to plot against me? You really have guts. Lin Fei shook his head. To be honest, I am very disappointed in you lot. This is not interesting at all. Chen Tianping grinned maliciously, his eyes filled with hatred. Ha ha ha, you're afraid, you must be afraid. I am Senior Mo Luo, and I can take care of you with a single word. Mo Luo, who was shrouded in black mist, looked at Lin Fei. Under that dark armor was a defense that even he could not easily break. This disciple of the Chen clan was truly blind. Enough! Mo Luo waved his hand. You two go down and calm down. Chen Tianping and Administrator Black Yuan's expressions suddenly changed. The void split open, and a black hole suddenly appeared, sucking them in. Friend, you can't kill the disciples of the Chen clan. Mo Luo said indifferently. Now that they are gone, I think we can have a chat. Lin Fei could not understand Mo Luo's intention. Chat? I'm not interested. Lin Fei squinted his eyes. Instead, I am very interested in you, the master of the Forbidden Zone. Boom! Lin Fei took a step forward, and instantly punched in front of Senior Mo Luo. Black mist appeared in front of Senior Mo Luo, layer after layer, like 10,000 mountains. But under Lin Fei's attack, layer after layer cracked. The closer he got to Mo Luo, the stronger the barrier became. Your defense is very strong. Mo Luo himself was shocked. Anyone would be afraid of the Forbidden Zone, but this fellow in front of him actually took the initiative to attack. Bang! A figure appeared behind him, and a punch passed through the layers of barriers, landing on Mo Luo's head. It was Lin Tianci. Mo Luo crashed into a palace pillar not far away, and his body turned into black mist. Chapter 36-77. As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Tianci made his move. A terrifying power burst out from his tiny body. He punched deep into the void, and the huge palace was torn apart. It could not withstand the power of this punch. Then let's catch him. Lin Fei did not think that the person who could make Qin Tianping and Black Yuan come here secretly was a powerful expert from a restricted area. Fight first. This was also the reason why Lin Fei made his move. Of course, there was also Lin Tianxi, the powerful son he had picked up. Deep in the void, Mara spat out a mouthful of blood, and his whole face twitched. How did he see through it? That's impossible. How old is that guy? He's just a kid. This place was surrounded by stones of different sizes. These stones had been shaped into long strips. At the same time, there were ancient runes, and they were accompanied by an ancient aura. Mara was sitting inside, but at this moment, he was panicking. Ha ha ha, found you! A figure appeared in front of him. Mara could not react in time and was punched through by the opponent. The condensed black fog in front of him could not withstand the power of the opponent's attack and exploded instantly. The small palm grabbed Mara's neck, lifted him up and smashed him on the ground. You want to scheme against my father like this? Lin Tianxi punched down explosively. Mara struggled, but the opponent's grip made him powerless to resist. After each punch landed on his flesh, he could not take it any more. The black fog on his body disappeared without a trace, and even the runes on his body became dim and colorless, vaguely showing signs of collapsing. You are an immortal expert. No, how can you be an immortal expert? Mara completely panicked. The runes on his body could only be shaken by an immortal expert. At the same time, it was also his strongest protection, but it was no match for the attack of a child. Father, I have taken down Mara. Lin Fei chased all the way to the depths of the void, and saw Mara who was like a dead dog. My son is really powerful. Lin Fei knew that if he had attacked, he would not have been as fast as his son Lin Tianxi. This restricted area expert was really not strong. When I make a move, whatever restricted region powerhouse will have to stand to the side. Lin Tianxi said smugly, his hands' movements also stopping. Lin Fei looked at him. Luo. To be honest, he was a little disappointed in this Forbidden Zone warrior. However, thinking from another perspective, it was normal. This cheap son of his was from a powerful race, an innate undying warrior. Even if he wasn't far from it. A restricted region expert like you really knows how to hiding so deeply. Deceiving others is fine, but in front of me you really can't hide. Lin Fei looked around and quickly noticed these long stones. Perhaps this is the reason why you Forbidden Zone experts can't go outside. This rectangular stone was extraordinary. Lin Fei would never make a mistake. Father, this is the divine stone of life. It is a special stone. There are also ancient runes arranged on it. It should be hidden here. It can control the flow of life. Lin Tianxi said. Mo Luo's pupils constricted, and he lost his composure completely. Although not many people knew this secret, most people did not know. Don't kill me, I surrender. His biggest trump card had been seen through. Mo Luo could only beg for mercy. He hated Black Yuan Deacon to death. He had tricked him, and now he couldn't even keep his life. So obedient, Lin Fei said with a smile. He was also shocked. He didn't expect this stone to have such a big background. How could he not be obedient? As long as you let me go, I will agree to any request. Mo Luo looked at him and said. If not for the undying experts, he had nothing to fear. But now, in the hands of the undying experts, they could easily destroy these divine stones of life. Without the divine stones of life, he was no different from a dead man. After all, he was not the same as a normal human. Otherwise, the Wan Tian Empire would definitely suppress them, and not turn a blind eye like now. Because the price they had to pay was too high, even the Wan Tian Empire couldn't bear it. Sure, Lin Fei said with a smile, sparing your life is not a problem. Just kill those two people just now. They die, you live. What a fair deal. Originally, Lin Fei wanted to kill one, but now he changed his mind. He would kill all of them. Okay. Mo Luo had no other choice. If he didn't kill him, he would die. Even if it was the Chun family's young master and Tianwei deacon, Mo Luo could only kill them. Do it now. Lin Tianxi waved his hand, and Mo Luo regained his freedom. Lin Tianxi said, "You better be obedient and don't have any ideas. I can destroy these divine stones of life in an instant. Think carefully." "I will do it now." In the void, in a space. Chun Tianping and Black Yuan Deacon were temporarily trapped, but they weren't worried. "Young Master Chen, the higher-ups should be making their move. You and I don't need to worry," Black Yuan Deacon said confidently. "Once Mo Luo makes his move, that Lin Fei will die for sure. It's good that he died." Chun Tianping's eyes flashed fiercely. "He dares to follow us. Fortunately, he doesn't know how powerful the experts in the Forbidden Zone are. In the Forbidden Zone, they are the kings, almost invincible existences. It's a pity that I can't personally make a move. It's a pity." Black Yuan Deacon was actually quite frightened. He didn't even know that he was being followed. This was really a walk on the edge of death. Fortunately, that Lin Fei was going to be unlucky. "The two of you are almost done. You can go on your way." Mo Luo's voice suddenly sounded in their ears. It was as cold as a mountain, and the two were immediately shocked. Boom! The small space collapsed, and endless power came crashing down. Chun Tianping and Black Yuan Deacon didn't even make a sound before they were directly killed by the power of the space explosion. Even their treasures couldn't resist this power. "This move is very powerful," Lin Fei said with a smile. "You are very good at killing." Lin Fei clearly saw Mo Luo's move. It was a very ordinary move, but it gave off an invincible aura. "In front of the two of you, this killing move is nothing," Mo Luo said in a low voice. "After they die, the power of the Forbidden Zone will completely disappear. Even if the people of the Heaven Might Supervisory Agency come, they won't be able to find any problems." "I like this," Lin Fei said with a smile. "You killed them. Now we can talk about another matter." Mo Luo's expression changed. "You want to be lazy." A wave of space-time energy enveloped him, and his life force quickly flowed away. No, I feel that it is a waste for an expert like you to live in the Forbidden Zone. I feel that you are very suitable to be an assassin. I am willing. Mo Luo's expression changed greatly as his life force flowed away. He almost couldn't stand. No matter what the request was, he agreed first. Chapter 3678. "Father, someone's here." In a huge palace in the Wind Cloud territory. After returning from the Forbidden Land, Lin Fei moved into a new palace and started a new era in the Wind Cloud territory. After the territory was unified, Lin Fei had no interest in managing it and delegated power to Heaven-Breaking God Emperor and Fluttering Snow God Emperor. Under the management of the two Emperor Gods, the Wind Cloud Empire was stable. Lin Fei did not have high requirements. Apart from collecting ores, he wanted all sorts of treasures. The investigators must be here. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes as a glint flashed across his eyes. Ever since he had ordered Mo Luo to kill the Black Yuan administrator and Chun Tianping, he had known that such a day would come. Arrange for someone to welcome them. A silver-white warship appeared. It was exactly the same as Black Yuan Deacon's warship. The only difference was that it was much larger. Emperor God Lin Fei is quite fast. He's unified the Wind Cloud territory. Several people stood in the warship, each emitting a dignified aura. They were members of the judgment team of the Heavenly Might Supervisory Office. The judgment team naturally judged all enemies of the Wind Cloud Empire. At the same time, they captured all sorts of fugitives and handled some internal affairs of the Supervisory Office. For example, the disappearance of Black Yuan Deacon. I think it's very likely that Lin Fei was the one behind this. said a young member of the Adjudicator Union. Very suspicious. This time, the leader was Deputy Captain Yu Lin of the Judgment Team. He was a veteran in the Judgment Team and would soon be eligible to compete for the position of captain. Don't say such things, Yu Lin said calmly. Don't talk nonsense without evidence. We, the Judgment Team, must be impartial. It won't be good if word gets out. The people behind him lowered their heads and did not dare to breathe too loudly. Heaven-breaking God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor were in high spirits. They had never imagined the feeling of having such power in their hands. Now, their positions in the Windcloud Empire were second only to the Emperor. Under Emperor Lin Fei's deliberate restriction, the number of Emperor gods in the Windcloud Empire would decrease. As for the God Emperor making himself king, that was even more impossible. If Lin Fei didn't allow it, they wouldn't allow it either. If they joined forces, any God Emperor would have to step aside. Moreover, it was a new God Emperor. He wasn't qualified to go against them. Lord Yu, please come in. When Yu Lin arrived, Heaven Breaker and Drifting Snow, the two God Emperors were extremely respectful. In the 10,000 Sky Empire, it was fine to offend other forces, but if you offended the Heaven Might Supervisory Organization, then you would not have a good life. Among them, the Adjudicator Team was the one that could not be offended the most. They have the power to kill and arrest in public. The Heavenly Might Inspections Department's arrest and suppression operations were all carried out by the Judgment Squad. He couldn't afford to offend anyone from the Adjudicator Team. The two of you have finally made it. Yu Lin said calmly, that's good. The wind cloud weave has been in chaos for so long, it's time to unify it. Heaven-breaking God Emperor and fluttering Snow God Emperor nodded continuously. In front of Deputy Captain Yu Lin, they really didn't have the right to speak. The members of the Adjudicator Team were more or less unhappy that Emperor Lin Fei didn't come. Under normal circumstances, no matter where the Adjudicator Team went, no one would dare not come out to welcome them. Unless it was a top force in the Empire, they would come out to welcome them just because they heard their names. In everyone's eyes, the Windcloud Weave was just a small weave. It didn't have anything it wanted, so no one was willing to come. It was also because of this reason that the Windcloud Weave had always been in chaos. Lord Yu, His Majesty is inside. Yu Lin was actually quite interested in this Emperor God Lin Fei. From a nameless person, he rose so quickly and defeated Emperor God Tian Feng. This ability was indeed not easy. I'm really sorry, I was just dealing with some matters. The palace doors opened and a figure walked out. It was Lin Fei. When Lin Fei came out, his gaze landed on Yu Lin. This person had a dangerous aura. He was even stronger than the experts from the Netherworld cult. Lin Fei had this feeling. Similarly, Yu Lin had the same feeling. This person wasn't in the immortal realm, but he had a dangerous and terrifying aura. Because of this, Yu Lin understood that Lin Fei had completely refined the ancient eternal Dharch armor and grasped its power. His strength was infinitely comparable to an immortal realm expert. This was also the reason why Yu Lin came personally. Lin Fei, what is the meaning of this? Our Lord is here personally, and you dare to come out at this time. We suspect that there's something wrong with you. The Adjudicator Team experts behind him said coldly. Their sharp gazes cut over. Yu Lin didn't stop them. He wanted to see how this Emperor God Lin Fei would deal with it. This was the Adjudicator Team's favorite method. Many people had suffered because of it. Impudent! Lin Fei snorted. I am talking to Lord Yu. Since when did you have the right to speak? Shut your mouth. Spacetime power gushed out and sealed the Adjudicator Team experts. At that moment, they couldn't move or even speak. They were like wooden statues except for their consciousness. This move stunned them. Their hearts skipped a beat. They couldn't help but take it seriously. Lord Yu, please forgive me for my presumptuous action, Lin Fei said faintly. I feel that these people should be disciplined. Otherwise, they won't have any sense of hierarchy. Breaking Heaven God Emperor and Fluttering Snow God Emperor didn't dare to raise their heads. His Majesty was His Majesty. He was really daring. If it were them, they wouldn't dare to do that. Ha 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 ha. Yulin laughed. Well said. My subordinates do need to be disciplined. Please come in. Lin Fei led the way. Yulin smiled and walked in. The people behind him instantly regained their freedom. None of them dared to follow. However, their expressions were very complicated. Bring us to a place to rest. This small place isn't as good as Tianwei Supervision Institution. Please don't mind. Lin Fei smiled and gestured for Yulin to take a seat. He personally brewed a pot of tea and poured it for Yulin. Perhaps I was too impulsive just now. This cup is my apology. I'll drink it first. Yulin had a good impression of Emperor God Lin Fei. Yulin had seen many region lords who were in charge of a territory. However, there weren't many who were as tactful as Lin Fei. When he should be arrogant, he should be arrogant. When he shouldn't, he should be low-key. This was something that many people couldn't learn. Very good. Yulin smiled. Tianwei Supervision Institution was a huge organization. Lin Fei naturally didn't like to be targeted. Especially now, he still had to find a way home. He had to be very careful. Our purpose for coming here is very simple. We are here to find out about Deacon Black Yuan. Yulin went into the main topic and started the process. This step was indispensable. Lin Fei already had a response. He answered whatever the other party asked. Yulin didn't ask many questions. In total, he only asked 4 or 5 questions. We will continue to investigate Deacon Black Yuan, Yulin said. Of course, you don't have to worry. Our supervision institution is very fair. We won't arrest people without evidence. Moreover, you are a region lord. Lin Fei didn't dare to let his guard down. This Yulin wasn't a simple person. Oh right. You have to go to the Empire to get certified after you unify the wind cloud weave, Yulin said. Yulin said, to His Majesty, the difficulty of the certification is nothing to you. Only after you've been certified as an area master will you be truly qualified. Thank you for the reminder, sir. If you are free, why don't you come with us? Yulin smiled at Lin Fei. Chapter 3679. Lin Fei hesitated for a moment before agreeing. They would depart in 3 days. Father, are you really going? Lin Tianxi concealed his aura like an ordinary child. Even Yulin couldn't tell. I'm afraid they'll plot against you. Lin Fei shook his head with a smile. It's fine. They don't have any evidence, so they won't dare to make a move. Yulin invited me to the Empire to verify my identity. I'm afraid someone's trying to rope me in. Although he hadn't spoken much with Yulin, Lin Fei could tell that he had someone backing him. This trip wasn't really an investigation, but rather an attempt to rope him in. After all, he had refined the peerless Tharch armor. He wasn't an immortal expert, but he had the combat strength of one. This kind of strength was worth roping in, no matter who it was. Lin Fei also believed that the number of immortal experts in the Myriad Skies Empire was definitely limited. Each immortal expert was a treasure of the Empire. Someone like Lin Fei, who wasn't at the immortal realm but had the strength of an immortal expert, was undoubtedly the best person to rope in. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sent a vice-captain. If Lin Fei didn't even have this bit of foresight, then he would have wasted his time in the Empire. Stay in the Windcloud Weave and help me look after the house, Lin Fei ordered. If there's any sneaky moves, let Patian and Drifting Snow take action. If they can't handle it, you'll take action. Right now, Lin Fei was an expert in name. His son, Lin Tianxi, was the strongest existence in the dark. One in the light, one in the dark. Lin Fei was really looking forward to those small fish jumping out. Young master, this Lin Fei is worth roping in. In a quiet room on the warship, Yulin was respectfully reporting the situation. A figure could be seen in a square mirror. It was a young and vigorous man with an imposing appearance. His eyes were filled with domineering confidence. Even Yu Lin felt great pressure in front of this person. Then bring him here. This young master will personally meet him. The figure said indifferently, extremely domineering. Ancient Arch armor, what a pity! Understood. The reason why Yu Lin was able to sit in the position of vice captain and even fight for the position of captain in the future was because of this lord's support. After ending the communication, Yu Lin took a deep breath, wiping his cold sweat. Young master is getting stronger and stronger. Even if he's not an immortal realm warrior with his secret technique, he could at least be ranked in the top 10 under the immortal realm. At the mention of the young master, Yu Lin worshipped and worshipped him. This Lin Fei is really lucky. Yu Lin said, if not for the primordial emperor armor, a mere god emperor would be nothing. It's a pity that those few didn't live up to expectations. After fighting for so long, they still failed at the last step and helped this kid. The wind cloud weave was a small weave. But the ancient emperor armor was a good thing. If it wasn't for all sorts of restraints back then, preventing everyone from taking action to snatch it, and could only secretly support the local god emperors to snatch it, who would have thought that in the end it would be snatched away by an unknown fellow. Yu Lin could only say that Lin Fei was lucky. 3 days later, Yi Xiaolong boarded Yu Lin's warship. The warship charged into the void, passed through the weave's barrier, and entered the starry sky. Brother Lin, it will take about 5 years to reach our certified territory from here. There are many empire books in the cabin, you can read them when you are free, Yu Lin said with a smile. Lin Fei could feel the change in his attitude towards him. Alright. 5 years was not a long time. Time passed in the blink of an eye as he meditated in seclusion. Lin Fei rarely came out. Other than flipping through the Empire's books, he spent his time comprehending the moves of the unparalleled Emperor armor. In the blink of an eye, 5 years had passed. Lin Fei gained a lot, and his understanding of the Wan Tian Empire deepened. Brother Lin, we've arrived. Yu Lin came to find Lin Fei. Lin Fei knew that they were about to reach the Azure Dragon City, one of the 4 secondary cities. The Wan Tian Empire controlled a lot of territory, so there were 4 main cities. These 4 main cities were Azure Dragon, Vermilion Bird, White Tiger, and Black Tortoise. These 4 main cities were guarded by the 4 great generals of the Wan Tian Empire. Among the 4 main cities was the Wan Tian Empire's imperial capital. The 4 main cities were like barriers. Anyone who wanted to attack the imperial capital had to break through the 4 main cities, and there was a super formation set up between the 4 main cities. To destroy the 4 main cities, they had to attack them together. Only then could they break through the super formation. So big. As he stood on the deck, a vast and boundless weave appeared in his field of vision. The tempest weave paled in comparison to this vast and boundless weave. If the Windcloud weave was 10, then the Azure Dragon weave was 100. This was the huge difference between the 2 weaves. Powerful. This was what Lin Fei felt deeply. It was not without reason that the Wan Tian Empire could rule over large and small weave. Lin Fei was glad that he had not been rash. The Wan Tian Empire was more terrifying than he had imagined. If the Azure Dragon weave was already so powerful, then the remaining 3 weaves would probably be even more terrifying. There was also the unfathomable imperial capital. This time, I must find out the location on the galaxy map and see which weave it is in. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes and said, "This is the Azure Dragon weave? It's so big." Yu Lin laughed heartily. "Brother Lin, this must be your first time out here. Once you visit the other 3 weaves, you'll understand that the Azure Dragon weave is still a far cry from theirs." "No way." Lin Fei was shocked. "You will know in the future." The silver-white warship sailed into the Azure Dragon weave. When they entered the Azure Dragon weave, there were mountains and rivers everywhere. What surprised Lin Fei the most was the existence of gravity in the Azure Dragon weave. This did not exist in the wind cloud weave. Under the influence of gravity, there was a strong layer of resistance in places that could not be seen. With this layer of resistance, flying and moving would require even more strength. You can feel the difference now, right? Yulin said. The Azure Dragon weave is different from the other weaves. The entire weave has been set up with a large formation. That's why you can feel the gravity. Right now, the gravity is at the lowest level. If anything happens, the entire weave's gravity will be adjusted to become very terrifying. Anyone will be instantly suppressed. Even an immortal expert will not be able to do anything except leave. Lin Fei was secretly shocked. If the lowest level of gravity was already like this, then even he might not be able to withstand it if it was at full strength. It is indeed not easy to become the home of one of the 4 main cities. Lin Fei had a deeper understanding of the place. The Azure Dragon weave was huge. After flying for more than half a month, they finally saw a truly large city. It was like a colossus with no end in sight. That was the Azure Dragon City. Chapter 3680. Azure Dragon City was huge. The major cities of the wind cloud weave paled in comparison to this city. Yulin was very familiar with Azure Dragon City. You can't fly in Azure Dragon City. Remember this. Yulin led Lin Fei into Azure Dragon City, explaining as they walked, this is a rule of the 4 main cities. Unless you're an immortal, you'll be treated as an intruder by Azure Dragon City and killed on the spot, regardless of your background. Lin Fei raised his head, squinting his eyes. He really saw the difference. What a powerful formation! Even Lin Fei himself could only see traces of the formation. It was indeed powerful, he had to admit. Yulin smiled without saying a word. Brother Lin, you can rest here for the next few days. I'll arrange for the certification for you. Yulin brought Lin Fei to stay in a mansion. This mansion was very high class, and it definitely belonged to a rich family. Then I'll have to trouble brother you. Lin Fei smiled. No trouble. Yulin said, if you need to go out, you can ask the housekeeper to bring you. I've already told them. No matter what Yulin thought, Lin Fei always had a smile on his face. After Yulin left, Lin Fei laid on the bed. The 4 main cities really live up to their name. Azure Dragon City was a colossus in Lin Fei's eyes. In Azure Dragon City, there were many strong auras, some of which were faintly discernible. Even Lin Fei couldn't clearly sense them. It could only be said that Azure Dragon City was full of experts. I'll rest today. Tomorrow, I'll go understand the galaxy map and confirm the entrance to Earth. Azure Dragon City's size exceeded Lin Fei's imagination. Naturally, it was easier to find out the general location of Earth. Azure Dragon City, in another mansion. Yulin was standing in the study, his body slightly leaning forward as if he was listening. Young master, I've arranged for Lin Fei. We can meet any time, Yulin said in a low voice. There's no hurry. In the study sat an impressive-looking young man. He gave off a boundless domineering aura, giving off an unfathomable feeling. It's not easy for me to come to the Azure Dragon City. No matter what, I should take a look around. Yulin continued, Young master, I'm worried that other forces will try to rope in Lin Fei once they find out about the situation. After all, his battle prowess is extraordinary. His combat power is not bad, but Lin Fei might not be able to last long. The young man said with a smile, back then, Emperor God Guheng's might shook the world. That was because he found the secret method. However, this Lin Fei probably hasn't found it yet. Yulin stopped talking. That seemed to be the case. You just need to arrange for people to watch over it. The young man laughed. In Azure Dragon City, who would have the guts to snatch someone I've taken a liking to? Unless they don't want to leave the Azure Dragon weave alive. After a night's rest, Lin Fei walked out of the mansion with a butler behind him. It was Butler Su, who was at the first level of the God King realm. He had an honest look on his face. Butler Su, Is there a place in our Azure Dragon City where we can browse through information? With a local tyrant around, Lin Fei definitely had to make use of it. Browse through information? Butler Su was stunned. This was the first time he had heard of such a thing. He immediately recovered. Yes, Lord Lin. In Azure Dragon City, there's a library that's open to the public. Lin Fei was delighted. Azure Dragon City is really keeping up with the times. Butler Su laughed. When Lord Lin familiarizes yourself with Azure Dragon City, you'll realize that Azure Dragon City is really interesting. Is that so? Lin Fei smiled. Under Butler Su's lead, they arrived at a remote place in Azure Dragon City. This place was extremely quiet. If not for Butler Su leading the way, Lin Fei really wouldn't have known that the library was located in such a place. Lord Lin, the library is here, Butler Su said. You can browse through the hall on the first floor for free. However, you have to pay for the second and third floors. You can only enter after passing a test. After a round of explanation, Lin Fei understood. Butler Su, you can go back first, Lin Fei said. I think I'll have to stay in the library for a few days. If Big Brother Yu comes looking for me, come and inform me. Butler Su nodded repeatedly to express his understanding. It's huge. This was Lin Fei's first impression of the library when he walked into it. Other than being huge, it was quite quiet. There weren't many people in the library. There were only a few people browsing through the books on the first floor. The first floor was filled with books according to their categories. Lin Fei didn't go straight to the geographical region. Instead, he casually looked around and saw many interesting things. For example, the history of the rise of the 4 main cities. There was also the history of the 10,000 Sky Empire. It was basically the same. After all, it was written by the victors. Lin Fei treated it as a story. It was quite interesting and he gained a lot of knowledge. Unknowingly, Lin Fei arrived at the geographical region. This was what he was most concerned about. There really is a star chart. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes and began to flip through it. If one book wasn't enough, he would read 2. He flipped through it unhurriedly. This time, it took him 3 to 4 days. Nothing, still nothing. Lin Fei clearly remembered the star charts he had obtained back then. He had flipped through the star charts, but none of them had any relevant records. Lin Fei couldn't help but frown. Could it be in those ancient books? Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. This is also possible. Not being able to find what he wanted, Lin Fei was quite unwilling. However, he still had to continue reading, afraid that he would miss what he wanted. Another day passed. Lin Fei's 5th day in the library was still fruitless. Do ancient books need to go up? Lin Fei could only hope that it was on the 2nd floor. On the stairs leading to the 2nd floor of the library, Lin Fei saw an old man. He didn't have any aura, but he instantly gave Lin Fei a great threat. This was an expert. The ancient books are on the 2nd floor, but you have to pass this old man's test. The old man said indifferently. If you don't pass, it's useless no matter who comes. This kind of old man in the library indeed made Lin Fei feel shocked and surprised. An old man whose strength was not inferior to his, did he have to be so fierce? This Wantian Empire was really full of hidden experts. Senior, please speak, Lin Fei said. The old man glanced at Lin Fei. This old man loves to eat the Azure Dragon Claw in the Azure Dragon Mountain Range. If you bring a pair back, it will be considered as passing this old man's test. Ah, Azure Dragon Claw. Lin Fei suspected that he had heard wrongly. When he wanted to ask again, the old man had unknowingly disappeared. He didn't even feel it at all. And at this time, a few people nearby came over. Friend, it's your first time here, right? Are you scared? The few people who came over all had smiles on their faces. Obviously, it wasn't the first time they encountered such a thing. Yes. Lin Fei nodded. This test seems to be, this is very normal. Chapter 3681. After understanding the specific situation, Lin Fei couldn't help but admit that the experts of the Azure Dragon City's Compendium Pavilion really knew how to have fun. They were already so old, but their hobbies were still so unique and strange. Ordinary people really couldn't think of it. Young man, that Azure Dragon is not easy to kill. He's a member of the Dragon Clan. Even the weakest among them has the strength of a God Emperor. His physical body is so strong that even God Emperors of the same realm wouldn't be able to fight him. Lin Fei had yet to become a divine emperor. In everyone's eyes, he was just a 5th-level celestial deity young man. Kill the Azure Dragon, seize the Azure Dragon Claw, save it. Many people immediately turned tail and ran when they heard about the test. Kill the Azure Dragon, and the Azure Dragon killed them. They were on completely different levels. He exited the library. Lin Fei pondered whether he should make a trip to the Azure Dragon mountain range, which was said to be one of the headquarters of the Dragon Clan. As for why the Dragon Clan was in the mountain range, no one knew. In any case, it was not a small secret. Are you Lin Fei? Before Lin Fei could make up his mind, 2 black-clothed men appeared at the entrance of the library. They spoke rather politely and did not have a fiendish attitude. I am. Lin Fei looked at the 2 of them. What can I do for you? Polite? Naturally, Lin Fei would speak politely to him. After all, this was the Azure Dragon City. Our young master has been looking forward to meeting Emperor God Lin for a long time. He would like to invite you over for a drink and sit down for a chat, one of the men in black said. He was shocked. 5th-level celestial god? He could unleash the power of a god emperor. Even though he had seen it with his own eyes, he couldn't see anything wrong with it. However, this was an order from the young master, so he didn't dare to question it. Who is your young master? Lin Fei asked. He was also very curious. He had only been in the Azure Dragon City for a few days, and there was already someone who wanted to see him. Our family's young master is a member of the Azure Dragon City's Long Clan, the black-clothed man said in a serious tone. His body unconsciously stood up straight, feeling exceptionally proud of himself. Long family. After flipping through the information in the library, Lin Fei understood a lot about Azure Dragon City. In the Azure Dragon City, the number 1 family was the Long family. The current Azure Dragon City Lord was from the Long family. At the same time, it was rumored that the relationship between the Long family and the Dragon Clan was mysterious. There was even a saying that they had a big backer. However, the Dragon Clan had never said anything about it. Everyone knew that those fellows from the Dragon Clan were a bunch of lunatics, true battle maniacs. In the entire Azure Dragon Weave, only the Dragon City Lord could suppress them. As for the others, none of them could. The young master of the Long family wanted to see him. Lin Fei smiled. He couldn't wait any longer. Lead the way. From the moment Yulin brought him to Azure Dragon City, Lin Fei vaguely sensed that there was someone here who wanted to see him. The only thing he didn't expect was that this person was the young master of the Long family. Lin Fei did not go far. Not far from the library, in a rather inconspicuous small mansion, the young master of the Long family was waiting for him. Emperor God Lin, please come in. The man in black led Lin Fei into the mansion, and then they came to a garden on the mountain. Before they entered, the sound of trickling water could be heard. Lin Fei walked into the garden. This garden was not big. There were fake mountains, flowing water, and a pond of lotus flowers. Mist lingered around it like a paradise. A figure came up to greet him. This must be the famous Emperor God Lin Fei. With a hearty laugh, a burly and domineering young man came up to greet him. What a handsome man! Lin Fei thought to himself. This person's aura was very strong and domineering. This domineering aura seemed to be innate. Even if this person did not deliberately release it, no matter who it was, it was not a small pressure that would be suppressed imperceptibly. An expert, an absolute expert. Young Master Long, you flatter me, Lin Fei said, cupping his hands. Ha ha ha. Long Tianjun laughed. Your strength is worthy of this praise. Back then, Emperor God Gu Heng's prestige shook the world. You are his successor. Your future is limitless. I was just lucky. Emperor God Gu Heng is an old senior. How can I compare? Lin Fei said, smiling bitterly. Young Master Long, don't mock me. Come in and have a seat. There was a pavilion in the middle of the garden. A pot of tea was placed on the stone platform. The fragrance of the tea made people feel relaxed and happy. The two sat down facing each other. Although he did not know what status this young Master Long had, Lin Fei knew from his strength that he was not a lowly person. In Azure Dragon City, he was definitely a powerful person. I am Long Tianjun. After sitting down, Long Tianjun took the initiative to pour tea for Lin Fei and introduced himself. The city lord of Azure Dragon City is my father. I am his third son. It wasn't a very detailed introduction, but this brief introduction made Lin Fei's heart skip a beat. He really had a background. The city lord's third son. This was really a top-notch young master in Azure Dragon territory. Moreover, his strength was extraordinary. He was definitely a genius. I didn't know you were third young Master Long. Please forgive me, Lin Fei said, cupping his hands. Those who don't know are innocent. Long Tianjun smiled. It's rare to come here. Have some tea. Although it was their first time meeting, Lin Fei knew that this third young Master Long had come personally to recruit him. It was because he had the Dharch armor and his battle strength was not inferior to an immortal realm expert. Such strength was worthy of being recruited by anyone. In fact, Long Tianjun did have this thought. God Emperors were easy to recruit. With the large population of 10,000 Skies Empire, it was naturally not that difficult to recruit God Emperors. But an immortal realm expert was like a carrot in a hole. Every immortal realm expert who successfully advanced would be immediately recruited by the Empire's royal family. Even if they failed, they would be given important responsibilities. In 10,000 Skies Empire, they would definitely be a top figure. A situation like Lin Fei's was indeed rare. Long Tianjun had personally come to recruit him because he was qualified. The pot of tea was quickly finished. The two chatted casually. Long Tianjun was also restraining his aura, as if he had been frightened by Lin Fei. But this pressure might affect others, but it was nothing to him. Third young Master Long, you've drunk this good tea. You can say what you want to say now. Lin Fei put down the cup and went straight to the point. Straightforward. Long Tianjun also felt that this Lin Fei was not simple. Many people had failed for the ancient Dharch armor. But in the end, Lin Fei had succeeded. Of the 9 God Emperors in Windy Weave, only 2 were left, and they were 2 unremarkable God Emperors. I'm interested in you. I hope you can help me with some things. Long Tianjun was straightforward. I can promise you that in the future, I can make you the Deputy City Lord of Azure Dragon City. I can even give you a real chance to break through to the Immortal Realm and become a true Immortal Realm expert. Long Tianjun took out a box and placed it in front of him. This is Azure Dragon City, Azure Dragon Army, and the General of the 15th Army. I won't take it out for ordinary people, but you are worth it. Chapter 3682. Lin Fei walked out of the small courtyard. Long Tianjun offered such good conditions, but Lin Fei was not in a hurry to agree. Instead, he suggested to think about it for a few days. Long Tianjun agreed. Immortal level battle prowess is quite popular. It's just that my immortal level battle prowess can't last long. Lin Fei smiled bitterly. He decided to go back and think about it first. To be honest, Long Tianjun's conditions were very good, especially the position of general. Not everyone could sit on that position. Young master, do you want me to persuade him? Yulin walked out and stood behind Long Tianjun, speaking in a low voice. Long Tianjun took a sip of tea. This matter can't be rushed. He has immortal level battle prowess. This kind of person must be sincere. Isn't there a good saying, haste makes waste? Young master is right. I was prejudiced. Yulin said. Long Tianjun didn't care. Have you figured out what Lin Fei's intention is in the library? According to the feedback from our people, this Lin Fei basically flipped through all kinds of materials in the few days he was in the library. It's very hard to confirm. For now, we can't figure out what Lin Fei wants to do. Yu Lin said, but according to my guess, he might be related to the Arch Armor. The Arch Armor? Long Tianjun lost interest, that's right. Back then, Emperor God Gu Heng also spent a lot of effort. Looks like Lin Fei is going to learn from Emperor God Gu Heng. That's good. The stronger he is, the more I like him. Do we still need someone to watch over him? No need. Long Tianjun stood up and stepped out. A space-time gate appeared. I've seen him. I'll leave the rest to you. Don't mess it up. I understand. Lin Fei returned to the mansion. He didn't resist Long Tianjuan's recruitment too much. With such an identity, it would be easy to do things in Wan Tian Empire. Especially now that he didn't know where to go to Earth, this was the biggest headache. If it was in a special place, this matter would be even more difficult. Let's leave it hanging for a few days first. Lin Fei made up his mind, but he still decided to go out and find out more about Long Tianjun in the next few days. At least for the first time, Lin Fei was pretty good. To be able to get the other party to come personally to recruit him, he was indeed sincere. This wasn't like some young masters who wanted others to obediently submit to them just by calling out their name. Lin Fei would never approve of such a person. Long Tianjun was fine. In the next few days, Lin Fei left early and returned late. He spent most of his time getting to know Long Tianjun. Needless to say, the harvest was not small. Long Tianjun was very famous in Azure Dragon City, and even in the territory. At such a young age, it was said that he already had the battle prowess of a half-step immortal. His strength was unfathomable. In the 10,000 Sky Empire, his reputation was also very resounding. He was said to be the next Azure Dragon City Lord. Regardless of whether the news was true or not, Long Tianjun was very popular in the 10,000 Heaven Empire. With this, it was more or less enough. Lord Lin, you're finally back. Returning to the mansion, the moment he entered the door, Lin Fei felt a few unfamiliar auras. Butler Su hurried over with an ugly expression on his face. What's the matter? Lin Fei asked. Butler Su said in a low voice, Young Master Long is here. He said he wants to see you. Long Tianfei? These few days, Lin Fei got to know the situation of Long City Lord's sons. Among them, the most outstanding was young Master Long, followed by third young Master Long. Both of them had the same strength. One liked to do things crudely and advocated force. The other liked to use his brain. As long as it could be solved with brains, he would not use force. The former was young Master Long Tianfei. The latter was third young Master Long Tianjun. Yes. Butler Su said, I've already contacted Lord Yu. Lord Lin, why don't you wait for a while? It's fine. Lin Fei shook his head. He came to see me. Even if I avoided him this time, I'll still meet him next time. Hearing that young Master Long was here, Lin Fei actually understood what it meant. He was definitely here to recruit him. In the hall, Long Tianfei, who was dressed in black armor, was sitting with a golden saber and a golden horse. His whole body was full of hostility, which caused the temperature in the hall to drop suddenly. It was as if they had come to a world of ice and snow. Behind Long Tianfei stood 6 silver-armored experts, and each of them was an immortal emperor expert. Only the top childs of the 4 main cities could have such a lineup. When Lin Fei walked into the hall, Long Tianfei, who had been resting, suddenly opened his eyes. Endless hostility gushed out, and the world seemed to darken. Lin Fei. Long Tianfei called him by his name. I admire you very much. I happen to lack a confidant. You can come with me. This person was even more straightforward than Long Tianjuan's way of talking. He didn't give Long Tianjun any chance to refuse. Direct, not just any kind of direct. Lin Fei sensed the baleful aura and viciousness, and he finally understood why this person was Long Tianjun's greatest competitor. The other party was indeed capable. In Long Tianjun, Lin Fei saw tyranny and self-righteousness, a great contrast to Long Tianjun. It wasn't strange at all that he could say such words. "Young Master Long, I can only thank you for your kindness," Lin Fei said. "How dare you?" Long Tianfei hadn't arranged for anyone to keep an eye on the windy weave until recently. When he heard this, two beams of hostility shot out of his eyes. His saber and sword merged into one, slashing fiercely. The saber and sword came ferociously, and the boundless hostility turned the hall into a dark, gloomy hell. Long Tianfei's move was a thunderous and tyrannical strike, not giving anyone a chance to resist. He had to destroy what he couldn't get. Lin Fei's arch armor instantly appeared, covering his entire body. The 6 paths of reincarnation appeared, one layer after another, forming 6 reincarnation barriers. The strength of this young Master Long was also impressive. The sword and saber formed from his baleful aura were extremely powerful. They broke through the worlds of reincarnation, and in an instant, he destroyed 5 of them. Only the last one was destroyed by a single punch from Lin Fei. This son of the Long family is really strong. Lin Fei had always thought that he was very strong, but now he realized that the myriad Sky Empire was indeed full of experts. Ancient Tharch armor. Long Tianfei stared at the black armor. Now it's the peerless Tharch armor. Lin Fei smiled. "I hope you didn't get the name wrong. You're quite bold." Long Tianfei said coldly, "If you don't side with me, then you're my enemy. Believe it or not, even if you have the peerless Emperor armor, I can still easily kill you. Don't forget, this is Azure Dragon City." "Young Master Long, are you threatening me?" "Ha ha ha ha, so what if I am threatening you?" Long Tianfei said disdainfully. "Either submit to me or die here." Boom! A figure appeared in the air. Chapter 3683. Long Tianfei wanted to force Lin Fei to agree. The only thing he didn't expect was that his younger brother valued Lin Fei so much that he showed up immediately after Long Tianfei made his move. Boundless pressure instantly collided with Long Tianfei's. Crash! Under the terrifying pressure, everything in the hall was instantly shattered into pieces. "Third brother, are you going to fight me?" Long Tianfei didn't make another move. From the moment his third brother appeared, he knew he had lost his chance. His third brother's strength was not inferior to his, and the most frightening thing was that he had mastered spatial mystique. Other than suppressing him, it was very difficult to kill him. "Big brother, you're thinking too much." Long Tianjun smiled. "You're my big brother. I wouldn't dare even if I were 100 times braver." Hypocrite! Long Tianfei didn't like his third brother. "I want this subordinate of yours. Are you willing to let me go?" Long Tianjun shook his head. "Big brother, there's no room for negotiation." What a joke! He definitely wouldn't agree to something like this. Long Tianfei already knew this would happen. He glanced at Lin Fei. "You're lucky. However, the Azure Dragon Weave is very dangerous. Don't be careless and disappear." Lin Fei wasn't afraid. "Thank you for your warning, young Master Long. I'll be very careful. Let's go." Long Tianfei left with his men. "My big brother is like this." Long Tianjun watched his big brother leave. He's used to being in the army and always thinks that he can settle everything with his fists. He forgot that the scariest thing in this world isn't strength but brains. Lin Fei said, "No matter what, I still have to thank young Master Long for helping me. Otherwise, I'd probably be a fugitive." "Ha ha ha!" Long Tianjun laughed. He really wanted to thank his hot-tempered big brother for pushing Lin Fei to his side. "Don't worry. As long as you're in the Azure Dragon Weave, my big brother wouldn't dare to kill a general even if he were 100 times braver." Lin Fei cupped his hands. Since you think so highly of me, I'll be a general. Good. Long Tianjun said happily. Men, prepare a banquet. I'm going to welcome little Lin tonight. Bastard, how dare you refuse my good intentions? Long Tianfei returned to his mansion and killed more than 10 slaves on the spot. The hall was filled with blood. The strong smell of blood permeated the air. Long Tianfei enjoyed this smell very much, and his whole person was intoxicated. The guards in the hall were already used to it and did not find it strange. Arrange for someone to keep an eye on him. As long as he dares to leave third brother's residence, find a chance to kill him. He was just a god emperor. Even if he had the ancient emperor armor, Long Tianfei could still find someone to kill him. The guards immediately went to make arrangements. Not long after, a figure walked in and reported to Long Tianfei. Damn it! He smashed the table next to him. Third bro got ahead of us again. Long Tianfei's killing intent was ice cold. Just keep an eye on him for now. There's no need to do anything. Third brother's spies reported that Lin Fei had chosen to side with third brother, and third brother had appointed him as the general of the 15th Division. This general was not someone Long Tianfei could easily kill. I'll kill you sooner or later. Don't think that you'll be fine just because you're a general. Long Tianfei said gloomily. I can't kill you, but I can make you feel uncomfortable. This is something I can do. That night, Long Tianjun held a welcome dinner for Lin Fei. Because of this, almost all the people under Long Tianjun's command came. Everyone was all smiles when they saw the new addition, Lin Fei. They kept congratulating him, and all sorts of people came to drink with him. The mansion was bustling with noise and excitement. Because the general's position needed to be reported, it would take some time. Lin Fei could not go to the barracks for the time being. Long Tianjun was also generous and rewarded a tall mansion to Lin Fei as his residence in Azure Dragon City. At the same time, there were corresponding maids, servants, and guards. It could be said that everything was available. I really have to go to this Azure Dragon mountain range. Originally, he thought that by joining Long Tianjun's camp, he could skip the test and enter the second floor. However, he heard bad news from Long Tianjun. That old man was an expert on the same level as Long City Lord. What he liked most was to set up some test missions. No one came to plead for him, unless you completed the mission yourself. Long Tianjun wanted to help, but he could not. Fortunately, the Azure Dragon in Azure Dragon Mountain Range is not a true Azure Dragon, but a pseudo-Azure Dragon. It belongs to a hybrid breed, so it will not fight with the Dragon Clan. As for the map of the universe and the region where Earth was, Lin Fei did not intend to tell anyone. This could only be done by himself secretly. Azure Dragon Mountain Range was very big. When Lin Fei approached Azure Dragon Mountain Range, he felt a strong aura. Even with his current strength, he could feel the aura that made his heart palpitate. Those were definitely the top experts of the Dragon Clan. Lin Fei descended from the sky above the mountain range. According to Long Tianjun, it was best not to fly in Azure Dragon Mountain Range, lest the Dragon Clan misunderstand. Because the Dragon Clan always liked to divide the sky as their territory. The sky above Azure Dragon Mountain Range was actually their territory. No matter who entered the sky, they would be their enemy. No matter what, they would fight first. Everyone in the Azure Dragon territory knew about this fiery temper. After a while, everyone entered the mountain range from the entrance. Hee. Deep in Azure Dragon Mountain Range, on an island on a lake. Brother Long, I'll have to trouble you with this. Long Tianfei smiled and raised the cup in his hand. It's just taking care of a bastard, it's a piece of cake. Sitting opposite him was a muscular man covered in scales. He patted his chest and said, I guarantee that he will be crippled for life. All right, cheers. The two cups clinked in midair. Long Tianfei could not take this lying down. No matter what, he had to teach his third brother a lesson. For example, crippling Lin Fei was definitely a slap in the face. Lin Fei, this is the first feast I've prepared for you. I hope you'll be satisfied, ha ha ha. According to the information, the inferior Azure Dragon lives beside the lake in Azure Dragon Mountain Range. Lin Fei kept moving in the mountain range, adjusting his direction at the same time. With the information from Third Young Master Long, Lin Fei knew the range of the inferior Azure Dragon. Now, he just had to go and kill one. It was not difficult for him. No matter how strong the inferior Azure Dragon was, could it be stronger than him, who had the combat power of an immortal? Lin Fei was very confident. The information clearly stated that the inferior Azure Dragon's combat power was at most around the level of a pseudo-emperor god. Because of the existence of their bloodline, their strength was limited, and very few of them could become emperor gods. Chapter 3684. The beasts in the Green Dragon Mountain Range were all very powerful. Along the way, he encountered many God-King level beasts. They surrounded him and attacked him fiercely. Even when Lin Fei released his aura, they still attacked him without fear of death. In the end, they were all killed by Lin Fei. 5 days later, Lin Fei arrived at an inner lake in the Azure Dragon Mountain Range. What entered his eyes was a stretch of rippling bluish-green waves, and moisture drifted in the wind. Inferior Azure Dragon. Lin Fei saw the inferior Azure Dragons flying above the lake. However, they were very different from the real Azure Dragon. To put it more seriously, they were like giant lizards. They are not weak. Each of the Azure Dragons was roughly 300 meters long, and their bodies were covered in scales. They looked very majestic, and there were 3 to 5 of them gathered together, looking very relaxed and content. After some observation, they were a group. There were about 70 to 80 inferior Azure Dragons. It was considered a huge group. The most powerful of them all was a pseudo-Azure Dragon. It was 1,500 meters long, and its body seemed to be covered in a thick layer of armor. It occupied a small island and basked in the sunlight. A group of inferior Azure Dragons is equivalent to dozens of pseudo-god emperors. No wonder no one dares to come. It was not difficult. Even if it was a first or second stage god emperor, Lin Fei would not dare to come. If he was surrounded, there would be nothing but despair. To me, this is not difficult at all. Lin Fei smiled and stared at an inferior Azure Dragon. It was 200 zhang long. It had a well-proportioned body and was in good condition. Boom! 6 paths of reincarnation enveloped it. The inferior Azure Dragon that was flying at a low altitude was attacked by the 6 paths of reincarnation. Roar, roar, roar! All the inferior Azure Dragons were enraged. That damned fellow dared to provoke them. Did he not know that the inferior Azure Dragons were famous for their violence? Even 2-legged humans did not dare to offend them. After a round of attacks, the inferior Azure Dragon was covered in wounds. Spacetime Saber Slash. Lin Fei reached out, and the spacetime blade, which was as thin as a cicada's wing, appeared in his hand. He slashed it across the Azure Dragon's thigh, and the 4 huge claws fell off. The inferior Azure Dragon's huge body fell into the lake below, dyeing the lake red. Huge figures emerged from the bottom of the lake and bit the inferior Azure Dragon, tearing its flesh apart. The inferior Azure Dragon's screams echoed through the sky. In a short time, the Azure Dragon was completely devoured by the lake beasts at the bottom of the lake. Wow, there's a demonic beast at the bottom of this lake that is not inferior to the Azure Dragon. Lin Fei was secretly shocked. Although he was shocked, he had obtained the 4 Azure Dragon claws. It was time to go back. Boom! Before Lin Fei could turn around and leave, a frightening dragon might assaulted him. The entire world seemed to be shaking. Cracks appeared in the void. A colossal creature rushed out of the void. It was actually an Azure Dragon that was 10,000 feet long. With a sway of its body, it transformed into a tall and sturdy figure with a cold gaze. "Human brat, who told you to kill my rations?" The tall and sturdy figure's voice was extremely loud. The moment he appeared, he roared with terrifying might. Rations? Lin Fei really didn't know about this. In Long Tianjuan's words, in the Azure Dragon Weave, as long as you didn't offend the dragons, nothing was a big deal. However, if you accidentally offended the Azure Dragons, you would definitely have a headache. They were a bunch of lunatics, and lunatics never considered the consequences. If you could avoid offending the Azure Dragons, then don't offend the Azure Dragon tribe. This was Long Tianjuan's careful instruction. Lin Fei was speechless. He had killed an inferior Azure Dragon, but it was still someone else's rations? What was going on? It's a misunderstanding, Lin Fei said. There's no misunderstanding here. The tall and sturdy figure pointed at the inferior Azure Dragons. They're accusing me of killing them. Don't you know that no one has ever dared to touch the rations of the Azure Dragon tribe? The tall and sturdy figure pounced forward with a sinister smile. If you want to kill my rations, then you'll have to be obedient and become my rations. With this pounce, the figure flashed past. Speed was the Azure Dragon's forte. 6 Paths of Reincarnation. Lin Fei summoned the 6 Paths of Reincarnation. However, for the first time, the 6 Paths of Reincarnation crumbled under the opponent's pounce. A terrifying force burst from the opponent's body. The Azure Dragon tribe is so powerful. The 6 Paths of Reincarnation had always been successful against God Emperor Expert. However, this time, the opponent easily broke through it, and Lin Fei couldn't feel any signs of power from the opponent. The tall and sturdy figure pounced and punched out. A huge tornado formed and swept towards Lin Fei. Tornado kill. A huge tornado appeared and trapped Lin Fei within. The power was like the wind, and the wind was like a knife. The knife light swept out in all directions. At this moment, Lin Fei was facing a terrifying attack. The unparalleled dark armor covered his entire body. The power of the wind was like a knife, and it was abnormally terrifying. Lin Fei was bombarded by thousands of attacks on the unparalleled dark armor. Wave after wave of power seeped into him. The strength of this power shocked Lin Fei. Not only was the speed fast, but the power was also so strong. Lin Fei seemed to understand why the Azure Dragon Weave was named after the Azure Dragon. This was a really strong tribe, and their racial talent was enviable. If not for the unparalleled dark armor, this attack alone could have killed a God Emperor 30 or 50 times. Moreover, it would have been a fatal blow. Terrifying, it was really terrifying. Lin Fei had to admit the strength of the Azure Dragons. With the powerful defense of the unparalleled dark armor, Lin Fei looked like he was surrounded, but he was not injured at all. As for the power that seeped into him, it was all blocked. Since I can't afford to offend them, I'll just run. Lin Fei was very open-minded. At least, he could not fight the Azure Dragons now. Lin Fei did not want to waste his strength here. It was not easy to accumulate strength. Whoosh! Lin Fei punched open the storm, opened up a gap, and flew out. Not bad. The burly figure squinted his eyes. No wonder young Master Long wanted me to attack. This armor is very powerful, and this kid's strength is only SOSO. The burly figure pounced. So fast. Lin Fei waved his hand and set up spacetime power, guiding out layers of space. But the Azure Dragon expert broke through with brute force, and was not affected at all. Damn it! Lin Fei used his spacetime power to increase his speed again. In the sky above the Azure Dragon mountain range, it was a scene of a chase. This guy controls spacetime power. Damn it, just a little bit more. The burly figure was extremely fast, but when faced with the opponent's obstruction, there was always a distance between them, and he could not catch up. This movement also made countless people, demonic beasts, and human experts look up. Wow, something big happened. Chapter 3685. Just a little bit more. Long Tianhao transformed into his true form. His huge body crossed the sky, but he was still a little bit away. Damn it! As a member of the Azure Dragon tribe, his strength was infinitely close to the immortal level. Even a fifth Sky God Emperor was not his match. But this time, he was really at a disadvantage. A guy with a low realm, relying on a set of the arch armor, made him helpless. It was a rare thing. Boom boom boom. Another 6 paths of reincarnation attack came, leaving many wounds on Long Tianhao's body. This made him want to rush up and cut the opponent into pieces. You can't catch me. Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief in his heart. The speed of the Azure Dragon tribe was really shocking. Don't waste your energy, Lin Fei said. I only killed one of your pseudo-Azure dragons. Do you have to chase me all the way? Do you have something going on with the pseudo-Azure dragons? Lin Fei was not happy being chased by an Azure dragon. The pseudo-Azure dragon was the lowest level thing. Since when was it kept by the Azure Dragon tribe? What a joke. It was not normal. I will definitely tear you apart. Hearing this, Long Tianhao was even angrier. I will wait for you. Lin Fei was not afraid. He decided to go to Infinity Land after finding out the exact location. Not having enough energy was a big shortcoming. The two chased him all the way. Lin Fei relied on the 6 paths of reincarnation killer move and space-time power to open up a large distance, calmly running back to Azure Dragon City. Long Tianhao also gave up on attacking after seeing Azure Dragon City. This time, although he had a good reason to attack, it was not enough. The Azure Dragon tribe never cared about a low-level existence like the pseudo-Azure Dragon. If they really caused trouble, Long Tianhao would have to face the interrogation of the Azure Dragon Elder Group. He could only watch the opponent leave. Consider yourself lucky. Don't come out if you can. Long Tianhao transformed into human form. Lin Fei also stopped. You better be glad that you didn't meet me. Lin Fei smiled. When I become stronger, the first thing I will deal with will be you. What a pity. In the void outside Azure Dragon City, Long Tianfei shook his head in disappointment. If I wasn't afraid of being suspected by that brat, I would have stopped him just now. Young master, the Dragon Clan is very stingy. Lin Fei made Long Tianhao suffer a little. That lord will make his move sooner or later, unless Lin Fei doesn't leave Azure Dragon City. You should know that the Dragon Clan is very patient. 100 or 1,000 years is really nothing. Long Tianfei laughed heartily. Ha ha ha, that's true. After Lin Fei entered the Azure Dragon City, he first returned to his residence. The chase had consumed a lot of energy. He used the Heaven God's power in the Myriad Origin Pool. The Azure Dragon is really powerful. Looks like it's a top-notch race in the Wan Tian Empire. No wonder Third Young Master Long kept saying that it's okay to offend anyone but the Azure Dragon race. Those fellows are a bunch of lunatics. Lin Fei had learned something new. They were indeed lunatic. For example, Long Tianhao, who was chasing him, was just an Azure Dragon. This recovery took 2 days. Only then did Lin Fei recover. This time, he had learned something new. At the same time, he knew his flaws. He didn't have enough energy. Whether it was the 6 paths of reincarnation or the river of time, each use required a huge amount of energy, which also limited Lin Fei's performance. Of course, there was endurance. What kind of expert was he if he couldn't fight for a long time? Lin Fei now had a taste of it. He had to go to the land of infinity. For example, he had to go back this time. Even if it was just to try his luck. He believed that if Emperor God Gu Heng could do it, so could he. Before Lin Fei went to the library, Lin Fei had already left. Long Tianjun came over. Lin Fei, you offended Long Tianhao of the Azure Dragon race. Long Tianjun was still very concerned about this newly recruited Lin Fei. After all, this was the combat power of an immortal. Lin Fei got angry at the mention of this matter. Don't talk about it. That Azure Dragon is too much. Lin Fei scolded. Young Master Long, you have to help me out. I only killed a pseudo-Azure Dragon. Is there a need to chase after me? If it weren't for my strength, I would have died long ago. Lin Fei told him what had happened. Long Tianjun was indeed worried that Lin Fei had offended the Azure Dragon race. One had to know that those guys were unreasonable. If possible, Long Tianjun definitely hoped that it wouldn't happen. He wanted it to be resolved peacefully. Long Tianjun had come to ask Lin Fei about the specific situation. But after hearing this, Long Tianjun's face darkened. No one knew better than him the meaning of the Azure Dragon's existence. It was definitely not a captive. Long Tianjun immediately determined that someone was trying to trick Lin Fei. So that's how it is. I'll help you resolve this matter. Long Tianjun knew what was going on. Killing a pseudo-Azure Dragon was not a big deal at all. In fact, he was making a mountain out of a molehill. If something like this happens again in the future, you must tell me. I'll stand up for you. Long Tianjun heaved a sigh of relief. When he heard this, how could Lin Fei not know what he meant? It was very likely that someone was taking revenge on him. As for who it was, it didn't take a genius to figure it out. It was young Master Long Tianfei. I'll kill him sooner or later. Lin Fei added this young master to his kill list. After comforting him, Long Tianjun took out a dragon head token. Your general position has been decided. From now on, you're the general of the 15th Azure Dragon Army. Thank you, young Master Long. Lin Fei took the dragon head token. It was made of a special material and was covered in cold air. You have 15 years to prepare. Long Tianjun said. You can go back to the Windy Weave. As for the certification, I'll take care of it for you. Certification was indeed a small matter. Moreover, Lin Fei was strong enough. Now that Long Tianjun had spoken, his subordinates naturally knew what to do. Moreover, the Windy Weave was only a small weave. Long Tianjun didn't mind doing Lin Fei a favor. As long as Lin Fei was satisfied, they would work for him with peace of mind. For example, the Great Weave War this time. At the library. After receiving the general token, Lin Fei immediately went to the library. At the same time, he brought the Azure Dragon Claws, a total of 4 Azure Dragon Claws. Young man, I smell the aura of the Azure Dragon Claws. As he entered the library again and neared the second floor, a figure suddenly appeared. Lin Fei was shocked because he hadn't sensed it at all. Terrifying, truly terrifying. This was an expert in the Tao of space. Senior, I've completed your test. Lin Fei took out 4 Azure Dragon Claws. I heard that Senior likes to eat, so I specially found a suitable Azure Dragon. At the same time, I want to contribute a delicacy to Senior. I hope Senior can fulfill my wish. There were also many people in the library. Seeing this scene, they all admired this fellow's courage. Everyone knew that this old man was like a stone in the latrine. He had a bad temper, and no one dared to act tough in front of him. Delicious, I like this. Chapter 3686. The expressions of many people in the library changed. However, Lin Fei's expression did not change at all. Instead, he smiled in his heart. His idea might succeed. I guarantee that Senior will be satisfied. Lin Fei said seriously. It's just that this place doesn't seem to be suitable. Why don't we change places? The old man reached out and grabbed Lin Fei's shoulder. The surrounding space kept jumping. In the next second, the old man and the young man arrived at a lake. This is a place that I like quite a lot. You can make delicacies here. The old man said. He turned around and sat on a rock in the distance. He actually started fishing. What a powerful spatial technique! Lin Fei was very unfamiliar with this place. He had no idea how far he was away from it. The Myriad Sky Empire is really full of experts. A great spatial expert has terrifying destructive power against any enemy. Lin Fei thought to himself. At the very least, if he were to encounter such an expert, even the power of the 6 paths of reincarnation and the river of spacetime might not be of much use. After suppressing these thoughts in his heart, Lin Fei began to take out the things that he had prepared. Today, Lin Fei planned to make a barbecue for the old man. Azure Dragon City was very big, but there was almost no method to barbecue. How could an azure dragon claw be delicious? Of course, it was barbecue. Although it was big, it was no different from a chicken claw. As long as there was enough seasoning, the taste was good. He took out the barbecue rack and took out the marinated azure dragon claw. He lined them up. Lin Fei took out a brush and began to control the fire to cook a feast. This is fire roasting? That doesn't seem right. Why haven't I seen it before? The old man looked like he was fishing, but in fact, he had been concerned about what kind of delicacy this young man would make. When the barbecue rack was taken out, the old man was puzzled at first. Then, he brushed on the strange seasoning, which made the old man even more interested. Time passed minute by minute. The 4 azure dragon claw on the barbecue rack began to emit oil. With the help of the seasoning, it gradually released a unique fragrance. This fragrance spread all the way. Just the fragrance alone is so tempting. Good heavens, this kid has really made a delicacy. The old man usually ate the azure dragon claw using the normal method of barbecuing. It was not as complicated as the young man in front of him. He continuously swung the azure dragon claw and controlled the size of the flames perfectly. It could be said that this was a perfect work of art. I can't take it anymore. The old man couldn't take it anymore and walked to the grill. Kid, what kind of delicacy is this? Lin Fei explained, Senior, this is the roasted green dragon claw that I created. It's different from the usual roasted ones. However, it's not fully cooked yet, so you'll have to wait a little longer. Not cooked yet. The old man had just stretched out his hand when he subconsciously stopped. He was about to grab an azure dragon claw to taste it. That's not right. This old man sees that this azure dragon claw is thoroughly cooked from the inside out. Senior, this azure dragon claw is fully cooked, but it's still lacking some heat. Lin Fei brushed the seasoning on the claw again. Only when the inside and outside of the claw is the best taste. The best delicacy. The old man seemed to be deep in thought. Then hurry up. I can't wait any longer. In the next 2 hours. Almost all of the old man's desires were aroused by the azure dragon claw. The fragrance that wafted in the air was something that the old man had never smelled before in his life. If not for his good self-control, the old man would have taken a bite. Ha ha ha, so this is the delicacy. In the sky above the clouds, a huge figure suddenly rushed out and grabbed at the 4 azure dragon claw. This delicacy is mine. As for the person who was roasting and the old man who had his back to him, Long Tianhao didn't care about them at all. Long Tianhao had been unhappy for a few days ever since he failed to kill that human brat. Even the group of elders had given him a warning because of this matter. Long Tianhao couldn't go and find trouble with that human brat, so he could only walk around. Along the way, he met some weak humans and was all killed until he was attracted by the smell in this area. When he saw the azure dragon claw, the fragrance that wafted in the air made Long Tianhao not pay attention to the person who was roasting it. He just wanted to eat to his heart's content. Such a delicacy could only be enjoyed by him alone. Long Tianhao felt that his luck was pretty good to be able to encounter such a good thing. He decided that as long as the taste was really good, this human would let him go. My delicacy is not something that an azure dragon like you can touch. The old man was staring at the azure dragon claw. When he heard this, he turned his head violently, his eyes cold. This look. Long Tianhao's speed was extremely fast, but when the old man turned around, his entire face changed. He was completely terrified, and the void around him started to condense. He couldn't move at all. Damn it, why is it him? Long Tianhao couldn't move at all and just stood there in the air. Only he knew that he was being crushed by the power of space. Cracks appeared on his tough skin and fresh blood dripped down. Continue roasting, the old man said calmly. Yes. Lin Fei also recognized the other party at this time. His heart jumped, and he couldn't help but let out a look of joy. This bastard had actually offended the old man, and was even imprisoned in the sky by the old man. There was no one else like this. Lin Fei felt that his luck was too good. He was thinking of taking revenge, but Long Tianhao ran over himself, and even wanted to snatch the old man's azure dragon claw. Wasn't this asking for trouble? Lin Fei could swear to the heavens that he really didn't do this on purpose. It was definitely a coincidence. After all, this place was chosen by the old man. Long Tianhao couldn't speak, and all his strength was suppressed. If not for his identity as an azure dragon, he might have already died. That kid, why is he here? How is this possible? Long Tianhao saw that Lin Fei, and he could no longer remain calm. How does he know the Space Emperor? Long Tianhao wanted to speak, but he couldn't. Everything was imprisoned, and his heart turned cold. This is the end. Lin Fei focused on roasting the azure dragon claw until he grabbed a handful of seasoning and sprinkled it on. The azure dragon claw was done, and its fragrance filled the air. "Senior, please have a taste." The old man couldn't hold it in any longer, but when he thought that he wasn't in a perfect state, he forcefully held it in. He reached out and grabbed a azure dragon claw. Just from the surface, it made one salivate. He took a bite unhurriedly, and a brand new taste filled his mouth. "Delicious!" The old man blurted out. "It's really delicious." It was the same barbecue, but it tasted so good. This was the first time the old man had tasted it. "Young man, you're not bad, really not bad." The old man was curious at first, but he didn't expect that because of curiosity, he really tasted a different barbecue taste. It's been a long time since this old man couldn't stop praising something. Chapter 3687. A brand new delicacy? For some reason, Long Tianhao felt terrible when he heard this. He felt that the delicacy the kid mentioned had something to do with him. "Please don't." Long Tianhao prayed in his heart. If possible, he really didn't want to fight with this kid. This old man was the Space Emperor. The Space Emperor was famous for being unreasonable in the Wan Tian Empire. As long as he liked something, no one could stop him, especially the green dragon claw. The old man ate with relish. This method of barbecuing was very flavorful and memorable. "There's more delicacy," the old man said faintly. Even though his luck was still as plain as ever, Lin Fei could tell that this senior was moved. Lin Fei glanced at Long Tianhao, who was in the sky, and chuckled in his heart. "Who asked you to have such bad luck that you had to fall into my hands?" "No, the old man's hands. You can only say that you are unlucky." "Yes, senior." Lin Fei nodded and pointed at Long Tianhao in the sky. "This delicacy of mine is called charcoal grilled green dragon slices. As the name suggests, it's from," Lin Fei said very seriously and carefully. Long Tianhao, who was restrained, trembled and felt terrible. "Bastard, this bastard is definitely doing this on purpose." Long Tianhao almost went crazy when he heard that kid's words. He actually wanted to cut off his own flesh to barbecue. Bastard, shameless. This was definitely revenge. Long Tianhao absolutely didn't believe that there was such a delicacy. He must have thought of it on the spur of the moment. Unfortunately, no matter how Long Tianhao roared and cursed, he couldn't say a word. "There's such a delicacy. It sounds interesting," the old man said. "Then let's give it a try. This green dragon is not bad." Long Tianhao's heart sank. It was really over this time. "I'm a green dragon expert. Why do you want to cut off my flesh? Why? I can't accept this." Long Tianhao never thought that this kid would be so shameless and vicious. The old man stretched out his hand, and Long Tianhao's huge body seemed to be pulled by an invisible force. He instantly came to a place not far from Lin Fei and released a huge dragon aura. "Senior, please wait a moment." Lin Fei smiled as he came in front of Long Tianhao. In his original form, Long Tianhao's huge body was covered in scales, but it was dyed red by a large amount of blood. This area has the best meat. Lin Fei patted Long Tianhao's tail. Using the power of a deity as a knife, he easily cut it open, revealing the tender white flesh. Long Tianhao roared. He wanted to kill someone. He was shocked. How did this brat know that place? Why? Lin Fei didn't want to say anything more to Long Tianhao. Instead, he continued to cut off pieces of tender meat. His movements were very precise, and each piece was as thin as a cicada's wing. Senior, this is the most delicious part. Every piece is as thin as a cicada's wing. Then, it's roasted over a large flame and paired with a suitable sauce. The taste is absolutely top-notch. In the blink of an eye, Lin Fei made the meat slices and introduced them to the old man. After the old man tasted it, he felt that it was very delicious. This unique method instantly made the old man feel that Lin Fei was a confidant. Delicious, absolutely delicious. I like to call this kind of barbecued raw meat slices fiercely roasted, but there is an important point, and that is, it must be made with a living demon beast. The stronger the demon beast, the better, especially when it's in its original state. Only then will the taste be top-notch, Lin Fei said. I didn't say it well. Please don't take it to heart, Senior. Long Tianhao was dumbfounded. Was there really such a delicacy? Why was it that the fragrance emitted by the meat made him want to take a bite? Long Tianhao felt that he was going crazy when this thought popped up. That was his own flesh, but why was it so tempting? He couldn't take it anymore. The old man was very satisfied with the meal. Whether it was the green dragon claw or the roasted raw meat, the taste was top-notch and absolutely addictive. Brat, you passed the test, the old man said. Other than the top floor, you can go to the lower levels, but you can't take the books away. He could go to the other levels? This was a pleasant surprise. Lin Fei was overjoyed. He had thought that it would be great if he could go to the second level, but he didn't expect to be able to go to the lower levels. If this wasn't a pleasant surprise, what else could it be? Thank you, Senior. Lin Fei cupped his hands and said gratefully. Brat, the food you make is very delicious. You don't have to keep calling me Senior, just call me Old Kong. The old man said lightly. Old Kong. This was an improvement. Long Tianhao didn't feel good. This was a closer relationship. Why wasn't this person me? Lin Fei was overjoyed. This isn't good. This old man likes you, there's nothing wrong with that. The old man said lightly. As long as you make delicious food for this old man in the future, this old man will be satisfied. This was a gourmet maniac. If it was something else, Lin Fei might not be able to do anything, but there was nothing to be afraid of. One had to know that the food in his mind was not just a simple barbecue. Old Kong, then I really do have a delicacy. Lin Fei hesitated for a moment and said, I need this green dragon, because it's more interesting to keep it alive. This green dragon. The old man glanced at it. Long Tianhao's heart sank to the bottom of the valley with this one look. No. Long Tianhao really wanted to beg that brat to let him go. He cut off his own flesh and actually wanted to use him as an example. I am an expert of the Green Dragon clan. Yes. Lin Fei said in a low voice. I call this delicacy hot pot. It's a delicacy that's as passionate as fire. Hot pot? The old man couldn't find any relevant memories. Could it be a new delicacy? Take him away. The old man looked at Long Tianhao. Do you want to come with us, or do I have to do it? You choose. Long Tianhao found that he could speak. I'm willing to go with you. Long Tianhao didn't have any other thoughts. He absolutely believed that as long as he refused, this old man would definitely cripple him. One had to know that the elders of the Green Dragon clan were also very afraid of this person. There was even a warning internally that whoever offended this space emperor would have to bear the consequences himself. The elders of the Green Dragon clan wouldn't do anything. I'm willing. Long Tianhao found that he could speak, and his tone became urgent. The old man pointed casually. Then during this period of time you will follow this brat. If anything happens to this brat, you should know what will happen. Long Tianhao hurriedly said like a chick pecking rice. Senior, I promise that nothing will happen. If anything goes wrong, Senior can kill me without any complaints. Long Tianhao wasn't a fool. If he didn't speak now and was really killed, then he would have died in vain. Let's go back. Chapter 3688. He returned to the library once again. The old man disappeared in the blink of an eye. Long Tianhao looked at Lin Fei and felt extremely aggrieved. He had actually become a bodyguard. It was really embarrassing. He was an expert of the dragon race. Does it feel good? Lin Fei smiled and looked at Long Tianhao. Do you want to kill me here? Now is your chance. Don't be shy. Come at me with all your strength. Shameless. A villain intoxicated by success. Long Tianhao had never seen such a guy. He wanted to punch this guy to death, but he held back in the end. As an expert of the Azure Dragon race, he had a chance to reach the immortal realm in the future. Long Tianhao did not want to die like this. You win this time, Long Tianhao said coldly. Still so stubborn. Lin Fei snorted. My memory seems to be getting better and better. It seems that there are many delicacies other than hot pot. Seeing that you're tall and strong, I can make use of them all. For example, this dragon head, I can chop chili dragon head. That taste is amazing. Long Tianhao was indeed unconvinced. It was just that he was unlucky. If not for his identity as the Space Emperor, he would have escaped long ago. How could he stand there so obediently? There were delicacies? Long Tianhao felt like he had been hit in the head. Brother Yi, I think what happened last time was a complete misunderstanding. Long Tianhao thought that he could leave after the hot pot was over. However, if the other party made delicacies one by one, he would really be finished. Misunderstanding? Lin Fei shook his head. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I just thought of another delicacy. Braised dragon meat. I guarantee that the old man will be full of praise after eating it. Braised dragon meat. Long Tianhao trembled. He could not stay calm. This was torturing him to death. Chopped chili dragon head, braised dragon meat. Young Master Yi, I was also instructed by someone. The one who really wanted to deal with you was young Master Long. Long Tianhao wanted to clear his name right now. If this guy made another dish, he would be in trouble. Long Tianhao could even imagine that he would become a celebrity within the Azure Dragon tribe. It was just that this celebrity was a disgrace. In fact, in the future, when people mentioned the names of chopped chili dragon head and other dishes, they would think of him first. The shame of the Azure Dragon tribe, Long Tianhao. His name would truly go down in history. Too ruthless. Long Tianhao couldn't help but feel indignant. There had never been a dish whose name could make a powerhouse of the Azure Dragon clan feel afraid and uneasy. Young Master Long, haha. Lin Fei knew it would be this guy. After all, the only person he had offended in the Azure Dragon City was that young Master Long. Young Master Yi, I really didn't mean to make you my enemy. Long Tianhao whispered, begging for mercy. His reputation as the Green Dragon was useless now. That depends on what you do. Lin Fei smiled and said, All right, I'm going up now. You just wait here and don't run away. Chopped chili dragon head, braised dragon meat. In a secret place, the Space Emperor murmured to himself, but his eyes revealed a joyful expression. This kid, where did he learn about these dishes from? Just the names alone make me feel very appetizing. The Space Emperor squinted his eyes. I'm really looking forward to hot pot. The Space Emperor's greatest hobby was to enjoy all kinds of delicious food. Unfortunately, since a long time ago, there were very few things that could be eaten. The Azure Dragon Claw was the only delicacy that could be eaten. I've finally reached the second level. Compared to the first level, the second level was much smaller, and the number of wooden shelves was also lesser. I'll spend the rest of the time studying it. Lin Fei began to read through the ancient books here. In the next few days, he almost didn't stop. If there was nothing on the second level, then the third level. If there was nothing on the third level, then the fourth level. The greater the hope, the greater the disappointment. This is the last level I can enter. If I still can't find it, then I'll really cry. There were so many ancient books in the library, but he still couldn't find any relevant information. Lin Fei was really worried that he wouldn't be able to find it. If he couldn't find it, then the other 3 main cities would probably be the same. I hope there are clues on the last level. The 5th level was very small, and there were only 6 wooden shelves in the front and back. This level seemed to be very cold and cheerless. Lin Fei calmed his heart and continued to read the ancient book. Nothing, still nothing. Lin Fei was almost in despair. This is the last one. This was a yellow and dusty ancient book. There was even a history written on it, and it seemed like it would shatter with a light touch. This made Lin Fei even more dismissive of the idea. To think that it's all for naught. Lin Fei carefully flipped through the ancient book. Page by page, he read. Lin Fei accepted reality and flipped to another page. It was just a habitual action, but this time, his originally listless eyes finally lit up. I actually found it. This was a starry sky map, and it was extremely ancient. At one of the positions, Lin Fei saw the exact same position on the starry sky map. Original map, this is the original map. Lin Fei was overjoyed. If it wasn't for the position on the starry sky map, he would have missed it. I finally found it. If it wasn't for the fear of being seen, Lin Fei would have shouted in excitement. I finally found the way home. Lin Fei focused his attention and looked at it. The starry sky map that he had seen before appeared in his mind, and he constantly compared and overlapped them. Everything became very clear. Lin Fei frowned. This place is young Master Long's fief. During his days in the library, Lin Fei had read through all kinds of information and knew the myriad sky empire like the back of his hand. After a careful look, he suddenly felt that something was wrong. That inconspicuous entrance was actually in a fief, and this fief was in the Black Tortoise domain, and the Black Tortoise domain was young Master Long's territory. The people there supported young Master Long. Moreover, this place was a forbidden land. The Black Tortoise domain was heavily guarded, and it was said that there was a powerful forbidden zone inside. Anyone who approached this place would be mercilessly killed. And the Black Tortoise clan was famous for their strong defense. At the same realm, the Black Tortoise clan was superior. This is a little too difficult. Lin Fei rubbed his forehead, feeling a headache coming on. Young Master Long's fief, the Black Tortoise clan, the boss of the Forbidden Zone. Regardless of which one it wasn't good news for Lin Fei. It was too bad. Lin Fei quickly recovered, and his eyes became resolute. It's only interesting if it's difficult. Now that I know the location of the entrance to Earth, there's hope of returning. It's just a matter of time. Even though he knew the location, Lin Fei didn't dare to take the risk. Who knew what kind of danger lay there? The key was to be able to erupt with true immortal combat strength at all times. Chapter 3689. I'm back! Lin Fei boarded a warship and returned to the Windcloud Weave. Ever since he'd obtained the clues in the library, Lin Fei had suppressed his thoughts. He knew better than anyone that he had to take things one step at a time to return to Earth. The Black Tortoise clan wasn't easy to deal with. One of the 4 main cities. Their status was noble. Lin Fei was far too inferior compared to them. It seemed like he could only take it one step at a time. To safely enter that area and return to Earth, Lin Fei felt that he had to be the master of the Black Tortoise Weave. Only then would it be justifiable. At the same time, he wouldn't have to worry about being suspected. However, becoming the master of the Black Tortoise Weave wasn't an easy task. Lin Fei had returned to find out the whereabouts of the Infinite Lands. Others might not know, but his cheap son did. "Father, you're finally back." It had been more than 20 years. Lin Tianxi hadn't grown much, looking no different from when he'd left. Lin Fei wasn't surprised at all. This was something that even Emperor God Gu Heng coveted. Naturally, it was extraordinary. You didn't mess around when I wasn't home, did you? Lin Fei picked up Lin Tianxi. Of course not. Lin Tianxi chuckled. Right, where did this fellow come from? He seems to suit my taste. Long Tianhao, who'd always followed behind Lin Fei, had lived a very sullen life over the years. He was often treated like a dish. Thankfully, Long Tianhao had learned to lower his head and didn't end up in such a miserable state. For example, he'd captured other green dragons. He'd become Lin Fei's thug. At the same time, he'd fallen in love with the food that Lin Fei made. When he was free, he'd often cause trouble for other green dragons. Since Long Tianhao's status wasn't low, those fellows didn't dare say anything when they suffered. But at this moment, Long Tianhao felt uncomfortable after being stared at by this child. What's going on? Why does this kid give me such a terrifying feeling? It was as if he'd been suppressed. It was too terrifying. He is my guard, a member of the Azure Dragon clan. Lin Fei said with a smile. Didn't you say that you don't eat this kind of food? Lin Tianxi said seriously. It's easy to get sick of eating those things all the time. Occasionally you can ease your appetite. Long Tianhao immediately shrank his neck. What does this guy usually eat? That's fine, but you can't eat this guy. Lin Fei said. But in the future, you can ask him to bring some Azure Dragons over. Both Piao Shui and God Emperor Breaking Heaven came out to welcome them. During his absence, the two of them had managed the wind cloud weave well. However, both of them seemed to want to surpass the other in order to gain Lin Fei's favor. After listening to the situation over the years, Lin Fei was completely relieved and decided to continue delegating power to them. You guys have done a good job all these years, Lin Fei said with a smile. You guys have worked hard. Lin Fei took out some treasures he'd brought back from the 10,000 Sky Empire and gave them to the two God Emperors. I've already joined the Azure Dragon Army and become the general of the 15th Army. I'll probably be heading over there for a while, so I'll leave this place to you guys. Lin Fei made it short. The wind cloud weave was actually just a passerby to him. However, after his certification, the wind cloud weave would be branded as his territory. No one would come and cause trouble unless he was no longer around. This naturally caused the two God Emperors to congratulate him and feel envious. A general of one of the 4 great armies at that. This position was not something a domain lord of a small weave could compare to. Father, you want to go to the limitless land so soon? Lin Tianxi asked curiously. Lin Fei naturally couldn't tell them about Earth. If the experts here found out, who on Earth could withstand their attacks? If they weren't careful, they would be destroyed. This was not an outcome that Lin Fei wanted to see. Apart from himself, he wouldn't tell anyone else this secret. After going to the 10,000 Sky Empire, I realized that I'm still too weak. This Tharch armor, in particular, consumes a lot of energy. I can't maintain it for long. Lin Fei was very direct. Father's Tharch armor has both power and defense, but it consumes too much energy. It can't be maintained for long. Lin Tianxi was also clear on this point. The limitless land is indeed the most ideal place, Father. In the Azure Dragon City's library, Lin Fei hadn't seen any information or clues about the limitless land at all. This also made Lin Fei realize that the limitless land was probably a mysterious place. It was so mysterious that outsiders wouldn't know about it, and there weren't even any clues left behind. I'll bring you there once, Father, but I can't guarantee that it'll work, Lin Tianxi said. Moreover, if Father fails, don't even think about entering again for at least 1 billion years. Such a long time limit? Lin Fei couldn't help but frown. This limit was a little ridiculous. I'll give it a try. Even if I fail, I'll accept it. This was the only way for Lin Fei to increase his strength. Only with a stable consumption of energy could his combat strength be truly stabilized. It wouldn't be as restricted as it was now. This feeling of being stifled was really unpleasant. Lin Fei left not long after returning to the Windcloud Weave. Long Tianhao was sent back. Lin Tianxi brought Lin Fei with him, and used a secret art to travel through space. Lin Fei couldn't let a third person know about this. The fewer people who knew, the better. He didn't want everyone to know about the limitless land. The limitless land was hidden in the endless space. This was what Lin Fei had analyzed along the way. Even though Lin Fei could control the river of spacetime's power, he still couldn't travel through the layers of space. This journey took 20 years. He spent almost every day traveling through space. From Lin Tianxi, Lin Fei also learned about the origin of this space travel. Limitless land. What seemed like an inconspicuous few words contained great terror. If an expert was thrown into the limitless land, he would only end up lost. This was because he would never be able to leave the limitless land. As for when he would enter the limitless land, even Lin Fei didn't know. In any case, he arrived in a daze. "Father, we will reach the end of the limitless land in a month at most." That's the limitless land. Lin Tianxi had been traveling through space the entire time. He also revealed a hint of fatigue. "It's been hard on you." Lin Fei was very grateful that his son had brought him here. If it were him, he would have gotten lost even if he knew the route. This was because the limitless land changed every day. This change isolated 99% of the people in it. Another month later, is that the limitless land? Lin Fei suddenly stared ahead. A gray, hazy land appeared in front of him. A land hidden in the limitless land. When he got closer, Lin Fei discovered that this land wasn't a land. It was just a huge island floating in the limitless land. This is what the limitless land looks like. Chapter 3690. Father, this is Infinity Land. Isn't it surprising? Lin Tianxi laughed. Actually, it's my first time here too. If not for the information in my memory telling me that this is Infinity Land, I wouldn't have believed it myself. After all, it's hard to connect the dots. Alright. Lin Fei believed this explanation. An island-like existence, especially in a place like Infinity Land. Other than Infinity Land, there was nothing to be suspicious about. Father, this Infinity Land is very mysterious. Lin Tianxi stopped. What you see is an island, but it's completely different from the inside. Is it different? Lin Fei thought about it and agreed. Father, you'll understand when you enter Infinity Land. I believe that you'll have a high chance of obtaining Infinity Land's recognition. You can't go in, Lin Fei said. No. Lin Tianxi shook his head. Only those below immortal rank are allowed to enter Infinity Land. Once they reach immortal rank, they'll be killed by the power of Infinity Land. Can't be, even immortal rank can't withstand it? Lin Fei frowned. Infinity Land looked very inconspicuous. Father, you'll understand the power of Infinity Land once you enter. Lin Tianxi said, ordinary people can't find such a place. Lin Fei also admired Emperor God Guheng for being able to find Infinity Land. Admiration was admiration, but Lin Fei knew that he would definitely meet Emperor God Guheng in the territory war soon. That guy definitely wasn't dead. Wait outside. Lin Fei took the initiative to rush out, unparalleled Darch armor's power activated, and quickly approached Infinity Land. A formless power swept over. Under this formless power, Lin Fei felt an oppressive aura. His entire body felt like it was about to collapse. This power was so strong that it could penetrate through unparalleled Darch armor and seep in. So strong. Lin Fei could feel his body splitting open, and he couldn't help but be shocked. One had to know that his body had been upgraded to Emperor God rank. Even an Emperor God's attack couldn't easily break it open. As for bleeding, he didn't even need to think about it. But right now, he was still in the outer region, and just the formless power was crushing him. Lin Fei couldn't imagine how strong Infinity Land was. Crack, 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 crack. Lin Fei took out the myriad essence pool and pushed its power to the limit, wanting to break through this formless suppression. He knew that this was the first threshold, a test from the boundless land. The distance wasn't long, but for Lin Fei, the pressure was immense. Inside the unparalleled Dharch armor, his entire body was covered in wounds. It could be said that he was bleeding uncontrollably. Of course, this bit of injury did not affect Lin Fei much. After all, the physical body of an emperor god was not to be trifled with. Father, you will definitely succeed. Lin Tianxi returned to his human form and prayed silently. After all, it was extremely difficult to obtain the acknowledgement of the endless land. Half a month, 1 month, 2 months. Just the invisible power outside had kept Lin Fei at bay for 2 months, and he had nearly exhausted all of his heavenly god power. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Fortunately, he had finally succeeded. I'm finally in. Lin Fei panted heavily, and his tired face finally revealed a look of joy. After stepping on the ground, the small island underwent a huge change. The surrounding space began to change, and a quiet palace emerged. At the top of the palace, there were 2 huge words that exuded the vicissitudes of life. Infinite. Lin Fei did not dare to look at the 2 words. Just a glance seemed to have passed through a long period of time, and his mentality was greatly affected. This endless land is indeed mysterious. It must have a great background. Just these 2 words alone made Lin Fei fearful. He took a deep breath, took the initiative to walk towards the infinite palace, and reached out to push the door. Crash! The thick and heavy door opened with a gentle push from Lin Fei without much strength. A gust of cold air instantly hit his body. Lin Fei's eyes became resolute. He took a step in, and his whole body was in the palace. In the next second, the palace door closed again. Welcome to the Infinite Palace. A faint voice came from the front. There was no trace of emotion in this voice. Lin Fei looked up, and through the distance, he landed on a throne in the middle of the palace. At this moment, on the throne, sat a man in black armor. Just by sitting, Lin Fei felt that the other party was boundless, and he couldn't see the end. Strong. Too strong. Lin Fei had no doubt that even an Undying Realm expert would be beaten to death. The other party was too strong. Even the strength of a finger could easily stab him to death. Resist and counterattack? All of this became useless. The other party's strength could truly crush everything. Any strength would become weak in front of this strength. Are you the owner of this place? Lin Fei took a big step forward. Yes, I am the owner of this place. The man in black armor said lightly, My name is Infinite, because I like this name. Infinite. This name was just like the other party's unfathomable strength. And yet, he didn't show up in the outside world, but rather in a tiny palace like this. Lin Fei couldn't help but wonder if this unbounded immortal was actually being held captive by someone else. You came to the infinite land to search for infinite power. Infinite said lightly, I remember that the last person who came here was a long time ago. That person was the same as you, wearing this set of Dharch armor. Unfortunately, that person couldn't complete my mission. Without thinking, Lin Fei immediately confirmed that the person Infinite was talking about was Emperor God Gu Heng. Emperor God Gu Heng relied on the Dharch armor and infinite power. He wasn't an Undying Realm expert, but with his Undying Realm combat power, he made a name for himself. If it wasn't for the unforeseen event, he wouldn't have been killed and his body parts suppressed. So it was Emperor God Gu Heng who couldn't complete his mission. I am here to obtain infinite power. Lin Fei said straightforwardly, I hope you can help me. Infinite power, hee. The man in black armor raised one of his hands and a black whirlpool condensed in his palm. Everyone in the world wants to obtain infinite power, but how many can get it? When the whirlpool appeared, Lin Fei felt a shocking aura. This limitless power is too tyrannical. The power of the whirlpool scared Lin Fei. Even if it was him, it wasn't easy to condense such terrifying power, but the other party did it easily. Chapter 3691. Test. Lin Fei had never been afraid of tests. From the beginning, he was already prepared. If he wanted to inherit power, he would definitely have to go through a test. There was no such thing as an easy thing to obtain in this world. That was not something that he had to fight for himself. Thank you, Senior, for your help. I will definitely comprehend it. Lin Fei's gaze turned resolute as he strode into the door. On the throne, Limitless watched as Lin Fei entered the door. You have confidence. I just don't know who is stronger between you and Gu Heng. Limitless said in a low voice. I hope you don't end up like Gu Heng, another arrogant fellow. Limitless' figure slowly dissipated. Only an empty throne was left. This is the Limitless Divine Tower. After passing through the door, Lin Fei found himself in a tower. This tower seemed to be divided into many levels, and each level had vigorous energy flowing. This energy condensed into humanoid spirit. These spirits chased and played, not stopping because of Lin Fei's entry. It was as if Lin Fei did not exist. After finishing his preparations, Lin Fei could not help but heave a sigh of relief. These little elves are really unusual, Lin Fei thought. Every little spirit is filled with terrifying energy. Once it explodes, it will destroy the world. Lin Fei could not help but feel his heart palpitate. Strong. With the power of the unparalleled Darch armor, his strength was so strong that he could easily crush an Emperor God expert. However, in front of these spirits, he even suspected that his strength would not be able to cause any harm. This was a very strange feeling. After hesitating for a while, Lin Fei tried to observe. Is this for me to comprehend, Dao? Lin Fei frowned slightly. This level seemed to be very big. As he walked, an ancient stone tablet with vicissitudes of life stood there. The ancient vicissitudes of life instantly moved Lin Fei. At this moment, he felt himself being affected, and his mood became gloomy. Limitless. The mottled words exuded an ancient aura. Infinity steel. Lin Fei took in a deep breath as he stared at the stone tablet. So this is the cultivation technique I've obtained from the Infinity Tablet. This cultivation technique is even more domineering than the cultivation technique of the Lord of Gods and Demons. With just a glance, Lin Fei could tell. This Infinity technique was extremely terrifying. This Infinity, could it be that almighty being? After watching for a while, Lin Fei also admired the person who created this kind of cultivation technique. There are still countless places like this in this world. Lin Fei was 100% sure that Emperor God Gu Heng had cultivated Limitless and obtained its recognition. That was why he was able to utilize limitless power. With unlimited power, the Darch armor was no longer a bottomless pit. Lin Fei was not in a hurry to comprehend it. The limitless cultivation method had a very domineering reputation. Just these two words could make people have infinite reverie. Infinity is indeed not easy to comprehend. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes and stared at the stone tablet for half a month. The stone tablet contained a special power. However, in front of this power there was always a layer of obstruction. It was a very mysterious feeling. If I want to comprehend it successfully, it seems like I have to smoothly enter the third level. The higher I comprehend this limitless cultivation method, the more power I can control. Lin Fei retracted his gaze. This is truly a challenge. The limitless cultivation method was very tempting to Lin Fei. However, Lin Fei was very clear that this limitless cultivation method was not that easy to comprehend. Although he did not know why the limitless cultivation method was always in the palace, Lin Fei could more or less comprehend a little. It was either imprisoned or had its own thoughts. Lin Fei suspected that the reason why Emperor God Gu Heng was killed was related to this limitless cultivation method. Should he comprehend it or not? Lin Fei was hesitating. This was a trap. I have to comprehend the limitless cultivation method. Lin Fei thought. According to the explanation, only by comprehending the limitless cultivation method and communicating with the real limitless cultivation method can I obtain limitless power. And the limitless cultivation method is the key to enter. An opportunity for him to unleash his full strength. Lin Fei had no choice but to consider it carefully. Black Tortoise City, one of the 4 main cities, and the Black Tortoise clan, which was the best at defense, were all invisible enemies of Lin Fei. Even the princes of the Wantian Empire would be involved. What a headache! Up until now, this was the only way to increase his strength in a short period of time. To unleash the full power of the peerless Tharch armor. It's a pity that the system is not here. The last time he took out the golden ball, he did not understand the result, but the system had already shamelessly accepted it. Lin Fei really wanted to grab it and cut it into 8 pieces before talking. Ding, fusion complete, system recovering in progress. Lin Fei ridiculed, but suddenly the system's voice rang out. He could not help but reveal a trace of surprise on his face, followed by a look of ecstasy. Bastard, you finally came out. You really came at the right time. Lin Fei laughed in his heart. In the limitless God Tower, Lin Fei did not dare to perform too well. Who knew if the limitless cultivation method was spying on him? He had to be careful about this. Ding, new intelligence online. The virtual 3D appeared, and the little devil appeared on his shoulder again. Compared to before, the little devil's emotions had become more human-like. Master, thank you for helping me get the core back. I have been reborn. The little devil's voice was sweet, no longer the male voice from before. It's good that you know, Lin Fei said. Aren't you afraid of being discovered by the guy outside? Although it was a 3D projection, who knew if there would be any unforeseen changes? He still had to be careful. Master, you can rest assured. The guy outside won't dare to peep in here. The little devil said disdainfully. Just now I have already analyzed and scanned this limitless God Tower, and came to a conclusion. This place is protected by a powerful force. The guy outside is very strong, but he can't see the situation inside. According to my analysis, that guy is sealed in the palace, but for some reason, he can't break free. He wants Master to come in and get what he wants. Lin Fei blinked. You're so powerful. One must know that the little devil in the past was not good at analyzing things. The little devil laughed. This is all thanks to Master. You obtained a part of the system core, so I have a huge change. Now that you're even more powerful, can I exchange for the items in the shop again? Lin Fei had been thinking about this matter. With the system, he could fly. Sorry, Master, the shop is gone. The little devil shook his head. All the other support items are gone. Ah! Lin Fei raised his head, and instantly felt as if a bucket of cold water had been poured on him. It can't be. If not for the existence of the core, why is there nothing left? This news was not good news for Lin Fei. Chapter 3692. Lin Fei was full of expectations for the system. But now there was nothing left. It was as if everything had been cleared. This made him very unhappy. Of course, Lin Fei did not rely so much on the system during his days in the Windy Weave. Putting everything else aside, the Light God Emperor's physical body could basically dominate everywhere, unless an Immortal Realm expert took action. As for Immortal Realm experts, Lin Fei could only smile. The number of Immortal Realm experts in the entire Wantian Empire could be counted on one hand. For this reason, the Wantian Empire even created an Immortal list. There were a total of 68 Immortal Realm experts. This number was not even a drop in the ocean for the huge Wantian Empire. One could see the importance and status of Immortal Realm expert. Then tell me, what benefits did you get from leveling up? Lin Fei asked curiously. Master, you underestimate me. Little Devil said unhappily. The current me can be said to be a brand new me. For example, if Master wants to comprehend the infinite cultivation technique, I can help Master quickly analyze it, and Master can easily learn it. There seemed to be no change. This function seems to have existed in the past. Little Devil said disdainfully, Master, the function in the past is incomparable to now. Now that my operating speed has increased to a very high level, I can calculate this kind of cultivation analysis in a few breaths. As for the infinite cultivation technique, Lin Fei was really confused. Difficult. Too difficult. Lin Fei was quite curious about how that Gu Hing God Emperor did it. In terms of comprehension, Lin Fei thought that he was not bad. But in front of the infinity steel, he felt that the difference was too big. They were not on the same level, no different from the wordless heavenly book. A few breaths. This seemed to be something that Little Devil could not do in the past. Let's analyze the infinite cultivation technique first. Lin Fei said, take a look and see what mysteries this infinity steel has. Lin Fei trusted Little Devil. No problem. Little Devil said proudly, Master will soon know how powerful and invincible I am after leveling up. Invincible. Lin Fei was speechless. In the palace, Limitless Golden Saber sat on the golden horse. The scene inside the infinite divine tower appeared in front of him, and a look of disappointment flashed across his deep eyes. Another failure! I can't even compare to Emperor God Gu Heng. I can't accept this. Infinite's deep voice was filled with a trace of roar, and it shook the entire palace until it was covered in cracks. In an instant it returned to normal, as if it had never appeared. Limitless cared about this fellow more than anyone else. Unfortunately, his comprehension wasn't as good as he had imagined. Naturally, Lin Fei did not know that his dazed appearance while staring at the infinity stone steel would cause the infinity outside to have many thoughts. Master, it's done, said the Little Devil happily. With a point of his finger, a large amount of information entered Lin Fei's mind. As soon as he received this information, he was instantly stunned. It's the complete infinity cultivation method. He couldn't understand the steel, but after Little Devil translated it, everything became very simple. This ability, Lin Fei was convinced. The system had indeed improved. If it was before, it might have taken him a few decades, or even longer, as the system had always been like this. But now it was really a cannon for a bird gun. This ability to analyze was top-notch. Master, are you satisfied? Said Little Devil proudly. The cultivation method on the infinity stone steel is actually a key. If I'm not wrong, the infinity outside should be hoping that Master can cultivate to the highest level, and then open the highest level of the infinite divine tower. Maybe there's something he wants inside. Lin Fei blinked. You know this too. This is my biggest function after leveling up. It's comprehensive analysis, combining all kinds of information, and giving Master the most perfect result and answer. Apart from that, I can also monitor a certain range. Even if an immortal expert comes to kill Master, when he comes within a certain distance, I will remind Master to leave, and ensure that the immortal expert eats the dust behind Master. At the same time, I can also help Master increase his strength, and give Master the most perfect cultivation method. Although it did not say much, Lin Fei could hear the meaning. This system seemed to have been directly absorbed by Little Devil. From now on, Little Devil was the system, and the system was also Little Devil. It was that simple. That infinity wants to enter the highest level of the infinite divine tower. Lin Fei's heart slightly sank. According to the deep analysis of the infinity stone steel, this is indeed the meaning, said Little Devil. Lin Fei seemed to understand why that infinity let him in so easily. So there was a purpose. Could it be that Emperor God Gu Heng did not open the highest level of the infinite divine tower? Lin Fei thought about it and agreed. Then will I be in danger? Asked Lin Fei. As long as Master cultivates the infinity cultivation method and reaches the 5th level, you can use the infinity stone steel to enter the highest level of the infinite divine tower. At the same time, you can also control a part of the infinity stone steel's power. That infinity has no strength to stop Master from entering. Lin Fei blinked. You even know this? This is my ability after the upgrade, Little Devil said. For example, comprehending the cultivation method is a matter of minutes. The current me can be said to be Master's brain, and I can help Master when he needs it. Although he was not used to it, Lin Fei chose to accept it. Immersing himself in cultivation might not be as useful as Little Devil's words. Then I'd better cultivate the infinity cultivation method first. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes and calmed down. This infinity cultivation method had a total of 9 levels. Each level required 1 to create an infinite dantian. The first level had 1, the second level had 2, the third level had 3, and all the way up to the 5th level had 5. After that, the infinite dantians would form the door of infinity. This kind of dantian was called the infinity dantian. Although Lin Fei cultivated the body-refining cultivation method of the Lord of Gods and Demons and could accumulate God's power in the body, it was not on the same level as this infinity dantian. After reaching the 5th level of the infinity cultivation method, one had to condense 15 infinity dantians in the body and transform them into infinity gates, thereby obtaining the true power to communicate with infinity. Although it looked simple, it was actually very difficult. Lin Fei suspected that God Gu Heng had not condensed the infinity door yet. According to the infinity technique, once he condensed the infinity door, he would be able to mobilize a huge amount of power. Combined with the Emperor armor, he would be able to maintain his strength. Infinity wants to scheme against me, then I want to see what is inside. After hearing that there was no danger, Lin Fei sat down with rapt attention. The first thing to do was to disperse all the power in the body. The infinity strength was the purest and could not tolerate any power. Dispersing the power was a necessary step. Chapter 3693. Soon, Lin Fei's aura was no different from an ordinary person's. Even though he had lost his Empyrean power, Lin Fei still had a powerful physique that many were jealous of. Just the strength of his physique alone could withstand the attacks of an emperor god. As for those celestial immortals and Empyrean gods, he could kill as many as they came, even if they were godly kings. Currently, Lin Fei did not have a single strand of Empyrean power in his body. The unparalleled Dharch armor also fell off. This unparalleled Dharch armor needed Empyrean power to support it. Now that it had no Empyrean power, it was useless. Lin Fei was abnormally relaxed. According to the information in his mind, he began to cultivate. He was preparing to cultivate the first infinite dantian and build the first foundation for the infinity door. Not bad, he has actually started to cultivate. Limitless took a look and could not help but feel surprised. I really misjudged this kid. I wonder if he can cultivate the infinity door. Although the infinity door seemed simple. But to actually cultivate it, the difficulty was not just average. It could be described as hellish. Previously, Emperor God Gu Heng used a very short time to cultivate the first level. I thought I had a chance to break through to the 5th level and cultivate the infinity door. Unfortunately, I could not go through the 2nd level. Trash among trash, I was happy for nothing. Limitless narrowed his eyes and stared at Lin Fei in the infinite God Tower. I hope you do not disappoint me. 3 days later. The first level of the infinity door was completed. When the first level was completed, an infinite dantian appeared. This infinite dantian did not carry any aura. It was completely empty inside, like a bottomless pit, so deep that one could not see the bottom. Master, my divination is not bad, right? The little demon said proudly. If it was someone else, just the first level alone would take at least 10 years, or even longer. This was something Lin Fei admitted. The Infinity Stone Steel's infinity technique was indeed very profound. Even someone as knowledgeable as him was confused. As for comprehending it, 10 years was a nicer way to put it. You have done a great job, Lin Fei praised. The first level of the limitless cultivation technique, the first limitless dantian, could be said to be of utmost importance. Lin Fei didn't stay here for long. He began to cultivate the second level and condensed 2 limitless stanchions. He believed that the limitless outside was definitely paying attention to him, but he definitely wouldn't have thought that his speed would be so fast. When the time came, he would be able to catch the other party off guard. A scheme? At that time, who would be scheming against who? Lin Fei thought happily. Then, he focused his mind and continued to cultivate. The second level took a month. Took him 4 months to reach the third level. Took him 8 months to reach the fourth level. In a little more than a year, Lin Fei successfully broke through to the fourth level and condensed 10 limitless stanchions in his body. Within Lin Fei's body, one could vaguely make out the vague appearance of a door. It still lacked the final 5 infinite stanchions. From the fourth level to the fifth level, it took a full 5 years. Success! With one last breath, Lin Fei felt that the infinity gate had finally been completely condensed. When the final 5 infinite stanchions appeared, they instantly made up for the shortcomings of the infinity gate. Under the bright light, an infinity gate formed in his body. Boom! It was as if an invisible force had pushed open the infinity gate. A vast and boundless force could be vaguely seen through the infinity gate. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. At this moment, Lin Fei felt as if he was about to be crushed into powder by that powerful force. Master, quickly activate the Infinity Stone Steel. That limitless is making a move. The little devil suddenly reminded. Lin Fei recovered from the shock, and all the hair on his body suddenly stood on end. A hand appeared in the Infinity Divine Tower. This hand was vigorous and powerful. Its 5 fingers spread open, suppressing the void and rendering it immobile. Good lad, I didn't expect you to have hidden so deeply. A furious voice followed. But you underestimated my strength. Under my eyes, no one can play tricks. Limitless was infuriated beyond words. That guy who thought that his comprehension ability was average actually used less than 7 or 8 years to condense the infinity gate in one go. This was a slap to his old face. He had misjudged. Limitless had never thought that such a day would come. This lad was too cunning. If not for Limitless sensing the ripples of the infinity gate opening, the other party would have really slipped away under his nose. Fortunately, he made a move. With limitless current strength, dealing with a guy with the battle power of a god emperor was simply a matter of seconds. He wanted to completely dig out the other party's secret. Back then, God Emperor Gu Hing used thousands of years to no progress, and could not even condense the infinity gate. But this guy only used a few years. Limitless could not sit still anymore. He had to capture him first. When the time came, life or death would be a matter of a word. He believed that the other party would tell him everything honestly. Lin Fei could not move at all. Actually, he had already expected this. This super expert, Limitless, was really very strong. The strength that he displayed was not something that his usual strength could compare with. With just this move, any god emperor would have to step aside. I'm sorry you can't catch me. Facing Limitless' grab, Lin Fei laughed. Dream on. Limitless' grab was fierce. With a flick of his fingers, he almost grabbed Lin Fei's neck. Hua! On the Infinity Stone tablet, super terrifying strength exploded without any warning. It was just a thin line, but it became a threshold that Limitless could not cross. Boom boom boom! The Infinity Stone tablet's power was in front of Lin Fei, but it was instantly crushed by Limitless' strength. It was not as simple as a few dozen times, but it could not withstand the Infinity Stone tablet's power. ****, how can you use the Infinity Stone tablet's power? This is impossible. You have just condensed the Infinity Gate. Outside the Infinity Divine Tower, Limitless roared. His eyes were red, and he could not believe what he was seeing. How could this lad know the Infinity Stone tablet's secret? What the hell? It seems like you can't break it. Lin Fei smiled. Then I'm sorry. I'll go in and take a look. I hope that the next time we meet we can sit down and talk peacefully. Impossible. With a roar, his strength exploded, and it was endless. Even so, Limitless could not break through the thin layer of invisible strength. He could only watch as a door appeared on the Infinity Stone tablet. Be **starred. Outside the Infinity Divine Tower, his strength exploded, and he almost tore the Black Palace apart. Chapter 3694. That was close. Even though he knew that the little devil wouldn't lie to him, Lin Fei still took a deep breath. It was like walking on the edge of death. The strength of Limitless was far beyond Lin Fei's imagination. It was so ferocious. "Little devil, thank you," Lin Fei said gratefully. "Ha ha ha, Master is too polite." The little devil laughed. "Serving you is my responsibility. What Master needs now is to inherit the Limitless God Tower and teach that bastard Limitless a lesson when we get out." Yes, we must teach him a lesson. Just because he was a senior, he could bully others. That didn't make sense. All of this happened in the blink of an eye. When his vision returned to normal, Lin Fei found that he was in a quiet environment. "Welcome, successor." This was a place that looked like a forest. It was quiet all around. Lin Fei could breathe in the air, and it was extremely fresh. His entire body shook, and all of his worries disappeared without a trace. The emotionless voice was like the sound of nature. "Successor?" Lin Fei didn't get lost in this voice. He calmed himself down and moved forward. Not long later, a straw hut appeared in the forest. Yes, it was a straw hut. It looked very ordinary, as if it would collapse from a strong gust of wind. Lin Fei saw a person, a very ordinary person without any aura at all. He just sat cross-legged at the entrance of the thatched hut. "You're here." That person slowly opened his eyes and looked at Lin Fei, who was walking over. Boom boom boom. With this look, Lin Fei couldn't move at all. He couldn't even take a second step. Everything in the world seemed to be torn apart by this look. Power. Limitless power. There was no end to this power. Boundless, vast, and boundless. In front of this power, only destruction was left. Lin Fei had never experienced such tyrannical power before. "Master, don't get lost in this power. Immediately activate the Limitless Gate and connect to the real entrance of the Limitless Land," the little devil reminded. When these words fell into Lin Fei's ears, it was like 5 claps of thunder, forcibly awakening Lin Fei. His heart sank, and just now, he had unknowingly lost himself in this power. Infinity Gate. After recovering, Lin Fei activated his cultivation technique and pushed open the Infinity Gate once again. This time, after being pushed open, Lin Fei instantly felt as if he had transformed into a door. Boundless power was right in front of him, piercing through him majestically. Boom! Lin Fei felt like he was about to be drowned in power. He could not move at all. Thankfully, this terrifying power didn't rip Lin Fei to shreds. Instead, it turned into a gentle stream of water that flowed into the Infinity Door. The Infinity Gate has been lit. After opening the Infinity Gate inside of Lin Fei, it was colorless. However, as more power poured into it, it began to shine brightly. The entire process was extremely short. Is that the Infinity Land? When the entire Infinity Gate was completely lit up, it was filled with dazzling light. Runes emerged one after another. The Infinity Gate, which was originally like an abyss, now had a majestic river. Whoosh! On the river, a gap appeared and a massive amount of power surged in. This is infinity power. Once this power entered his body, Lin Fei's aura instantly skyrocketed, and his cultivation realm began to break through. Heaven Immortal, Heaven God, God King, God Emperor. This time, it was no longer a bottleneck. He had truly broken through. God Emperor. After a while, Lin Fei's God King realm also broke through, and he instantly stepped into the God Emperor realm. His body was filled with dense power. At this time, the benefits of the Infinity Divine Body came into play. Wave after wave of infinity power surged in, almost bursting his body. However, the capacity of the infinity divine body made Lin Fei's eyes light up. Infinity divine body, infinity power, what a perfect combination! Feeling the power in his body, the unparalleled Darch armor appeared, and he wore it again. Boom! The God Emperor realm changed again. This is the power of an immortal. With the help of the unparalleled Darch armor, Lin Fei could truly feel the power of an immortal. He could even see the source power at the end of the power. The source power moved everywhere. Every trace of the source power was filled with dominance and destruction. However, at this time, Lin Fei wasn't afraid of the source power, and they didn't seem to have any intention of attacking, forming a very harmonious scene. You passed. The infinity power instantly disappeared. Lin Fei's aura didn't change, and the infinity gate was still open. The power formed a connection, and he could see the existence of the infinity river at all times. Thank you, Senior. Lin Fei took a deep breath, suppressed the excitement in his heart, and cupped his hands towards the middle-aged man. Since the Infinity Land helped him, Lin Fei naturally had to be grateful. After obtaining the recognition of the Infinity River, from now on, he could truly explode with the power of an immortal. As for his previous power, it was only at the pseudo-immortal level. The difference was huge. You can call me De Shixiang. The middle-aged man raised his head. You are Master's fifth official disciple. Ah, De Shixiang. Lin Fei was stunned, full of surprise. He actually entered the sect. The middle-aged man pointed, and thousands of information surged into Lin Fei's memory. Before this finger, he couldn't resist, and allowed the golden information to enter his brain. From today onwards, the Infinity Gate will be under your management. After the faint voice, the middle-aged man turned into thousands of light spots, and disappeared without a trace. The moment the middle-aged man disappeared, the straw hut also disappeared. Everything around him instantly collapsed. I've become the sect master of the Infinity Gate. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry, as if he was dreaming. However, the memory in his mind told him that everything was real. The golden information contained a lot of information. Most of it was about the Infinity Gate. This was a powerful sect, but this sect had never had many disciples. In fact, it could be said that there were very few of them. Although there weren't many disciples, each official disciple of the Infinity Gate had terrifying strength. Because the Infinity Gate was so powerful, the word infinity represented invincibility a long time ago. However, the Infinity Gate was still feared, and the sect was attacked and then declined. In the end, it was because the Infinity Gate was too difficult to condense. Every generation of official disciple of the Infinity Gate had to personally comprehend the Infinity Technique, and only a few could comprehend it. After the Infinity Gate encountered a huge change, that old ancestor killed all his enemies, and moved the Infinity Tower deep into space, hiding it in the Infinity Space. Only a few people knew about this place. Almost no one knew. In the current Thousand Sky Empire, there was not much information about the Infinity Land. Even if someone knew about it, it would be hard to find this place, let alone comprehend it.